What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live on a Saturday, the last Saturday of the month, which is now going to be established as the supporter stream. It's the supporter stream, the time when all my top tier patrons, all my top tier channel members, the people who really just have been supporting me such a long time, and it's incredible. They get to come on. You get to hear from them. You get tired of listening to me. So they get to come on, kind of put their opinions out there, speak their minds. And a lot of these guys have channels of their own, which means we get them exposure, we get them more subs and more people listening to them as well, which is always a good thing. We were a little late because we thought we were going to be watching the end of the Auburn-Alabama game. That's what we thought. That's not the case. It's headed to overtime, not quite last second, but in the last minute, touchdown by Alabama to tie it up. It's going to be really tough for Auburn to pull this one out, to be honest with you, because they got quarterback issues. But that's besides the fact. That's why we were a little bit late. So my apologies. Let's start to bring in all these people that you're here to see, because you get to see me way too often, all the time. That's not why you're here. You're here to see all these other people that are with me today. And the first one has had a couple pretty good videos the past couple weeks himself. Open airlock policy. What's up, Tim?
What's going on, man? Thanks for doing this, as always, every month.
Yeah, of course, man. My absolute pleasure. I know you've been talking a lot recently about stuff that we have been saying, I guess, for 5-10 years now, ever since Disney bought Star Wars and started fucking with continuity about the damage that they can do. And you had an Obi-Wan video out there that's really good. We're going to send people that way a little bit later. But
thank you.
Yeah, man,
yes.
It's awesome to see. And then also we have in a very, I don't know, it looks like he's in prison or a mental asylum. He's bringing back the old Lethal flavor that Lethal used to have with that yellow room. We got Biggles Mets. What's up, Biggles?
War Eagle. That's it. That's all I got to say.
You can't say it yet.
Can't say it yet.
I'm saying it. They got to win. I want to rub it in Jeremy's face.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. But yeah, Biggles, you just moved, huh?
Yeah, I literally set my computer up like an hour ago, and I was on Culture Stream for like 5 minutes, and he was saying goodbye, and then I'm here.
Perfect. And I see My Nerdy Home in the chat says, I love that merch. So there you go. That's some stuff merch right there.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
It's a pink shirt. The only pink that's appropriate to wear.
Yeah.
So there you go. Thanks for joining us, Biggles, even though you're in between or you're still fucking unpacking shit. I understand that feeling. Now we also have, for the first time here, I'm going to try to say this right, but I think it's like an anime name or something. So I don't know if it'll quite work. We have Ubuntu. Did I say it right?
Pretty much. It's a software geek thing. Linux is an operating system. Yeah, it's nerdy shit I got into in high school and never really changed.
I actually, you said that before the stream and I completely fucking blanked on it. But yeah,
you're good.
I am aware of what Linux is. I've never used an operating system, although I had a big computer nut in high school who tried to convince me to change, but I was too stuck in my ways, so I never did.
Honestly, it's more complicated than it's worth, and those of us that want to use it are just brain dead, to say the least.
You just want to be different, right?
Yes, we have to be our unique little flowers.
Exactly. But thanks for being here, man. Good to have you on first time. So
yeah, I'm excited. I just want to shit on Hollywood.
Don't we all? Don't we all? We've also got somebody who's sharing their team right here. We've got Heath Nation with the Bearcats.
Bearcats by 90. What's going on, stream?
What's up, man? Yeah, Bearcats. I bet Cincinnati's kind of paying close attention to this game and what's going on right now, because it could have some big implications for them. Yeah, and so are you. Heath Nation was watching the game like the rest of us. We thought it was going to end, which is why we delayed the stream a little bit, because people were watching the game, and it's still on right here. But yeah, Jeremy will be making a Sports Wars video, right? We'll be making a Sports Wars video when this game is over, whether Alabama wins or loses, because it's embarrassing for them either way. And we also have, who just got done driving, if I remember right. We've got Subhuman. What's up, buddy?
I'm on time. I'm not
There
late.
you go. You're not late. But you got here before we started, so that is the definition of on time.
No, trust me. When I woke up this morning, I want to be done by 6 o'clock Central Time. I got done at 6 o'clock Central Time.
There you go. There you go. Well, good to have you here, buddy. Thanks for coming. And we also have another returning member to these streams. We got our man Patty. What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. I did not get a notification ahead of time, even though they popped up in the community tab, which is weird.
That's weird. Yeah, like I hate how sometimes I feel like the member things go through and sometimes they don't. But it is what it is. But you're here.
I just saw it go live, and I'm like, oh shit, did I miss something?
Unless you can drop in like the in Discord.
I guess I could do that. I guess I could make a Discord just for that, actually. Might not be a bad idea. I'm never on fucking Discord.
Except on Sundays.
You can't really blame you for that one.
Yeah, it's it's not that I try to never be on Discord, just I never find myself there. There's always so much other shit going on. For instance, usually this stream's a little bit earlier. I don't know exactly what time we're gonna stick with. I may try to do it a little earlier next time because I know that although it'd be nice to have one slot, I know we have some people who live in other countries who this time isn't necessarily great for them. So we might try to do it a little earlier next week. The reason that didn't happen this week is because I went to the Orlando Gun Show today, which was fun. But I went during the morning to early afternoon, so I knew I wouldn't be getting back in time. So we're doing it a little bit later, and I guess we're watching college football while doing so.
Well, it was perfect to do it later today because I just got set up, and I tried to get set up before you went live, so I did it.
There you go. And Alabama just did score a touchdown.
First possession. Another touchdown.
First possession of overtime. So
now Auburn's got to go for their score and see if they get it.
Yep. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Very interesting.
I don't think Auburn's going to be able to move the ball with their quarterback situation, but of course Alabama's going to fucking escape. That's just how it is.
And Jeremy's going to make a video about it.
Well, I think he's going to do a video shitting on Alabama personally, because this is an embarrassing display for them. I think.
He'll talk about tomorrow. He'll talk about tomorrow on Sports Wars.
No, he's going to do a video as soon as it's over. Hard Clocks says, "Hey, it's Tim. What's up, Hard Clocks?"
I don't know who that is, but I'm going to time all over them. That's all I can say with my hard clock. So
there you go. I see a lot of people. I see your friendly neighborhood white guy. I see Viper Chief. I see Trey. I see Angelus Draven. Rex Rude says, I love Biggle's backdrop. So much cool shit. Yeah.
Hey,
pair of shoes and everything.
Fine. I'll be back. Okay.
He's got to go get his RK Outpost banner.
Yeah, I don't know what. Maybe he's just getting his green screen. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I see Judicon's here. I see Tahillam is here. Muhammad said is here. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it over here on the second channel. And what this is, again, because I know there's some people that are just getting here. Every month we're doing it the last Saturday of each month. That's kind of when I'm trying to establish these. We're doing a stream with all of my top tier supporters. So over on Patreon, my channel members, and if you are over on locals and over $20 a month, you can get on here as well. And it's just kind of my way to say thank you to these guys for all the big support, because these guys are whether they've just joined this month or whether for a long time, that's one of the perks. And I really appreciate them, and I want to be able to give them a platform to elevate their voices on their own channels and for people to get perspective from them. Because all of us at one point in time had no following until someone else, had us on a stream, shared it out to their community. And that's kind of what this is a part of here. So,
yeah, Ryan gets my money for nothing, but I still get the chicks for free.
But there's been a couple things going on in Hollywood this week, as there always is. I think that we have seen so clearly over the past 5 years, really. I think 2016 was the breaking point for a lot of people. It was obviously because of the election. It started before then, but that was the point at which everything just went full tilt. And Ghostbusters 2016 was one of those big things. What is that?
Oh my God.
Is that a mirror?
No.
You're muted, Biggles.
You're muted.
It's my bad green screen, okay? Give me a second. I'm trying to fix it.
It's so tiny.
That's what she said.
Why is it like a perfect circle?
Because it's a circle.
That's a great band.
Oh, it's falling down.
It's a circle. Look.
That is a really weird green screen.
It's not
Like-
my normal one. It's just the pop-up one that you like put behind you as you're walking places, you know?
Like,
God, Biggles.
why
Wait, is this
why
is this something that like an Instagram or like a Twitch IRL live streamer would use walking around the city?
Yeah, something
yeah.
like that. Yeah,
Oh
something like
my
that.
lord!
So
Wait a minute.
on the
He
back,
sit-
there's,
I
like,
bet you.
straps,
I bet you if
you're
he's
just
on
like-
Twitch, I bet you if he's on Twitch, he sits on that, makes it look like he's on a hot tub stream.
No, I use my regular green screen for the hot tub streams, okay? Don't think I'm
Oh
some
my
kind of like
fucking
Hey man, you
Lord.
gotta play the
Amateur.
meta.
hey, don't think I'm some amateur, okay?
I think the new meta is
Sometimes I
going to
wonder.
be these chicks half naked playing Twister. That's what
I
I
do
think the
that
new
all the
meta is
time.
going to be.
I do that
Oh, I
live,
know.
okay? There we go.
Did you see Amaranth got
We know this,
deplatformed, dude?
Again,
Yeah. Always.
No, like fully deplatformed off of TikTok, Twitch, Instagram. Gundam put a video out about it.
she'll
yeah,
be
and offer,
back.
and offer
Oh,
I know,
yeah,
she
all
will
her
be
sense-
back,
and
and
her
it's
sense will
crazy.
be- Offer sense to be all over the place complaining.
Yeah, that she'll be back. She makes
Oh,
too
yeah.
much money for these people. There you
Oh, I
go,
know.
Biggles. That looks better.
It's
she
like
gets
laying on my head.
yeah, Amaranth, she gets like almost $1 million in like a month or something like that. I know she gets a lot.
If I could get $1 million a month just
For
by
having no talent.
oh wow, Burn scored.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally just by fucking flopping my tits out and like writing people's Sharpie, like writing people's names on my skin in Sharpie. Are you kidding me? I would
I'd-
totally
Any
do
day,
that.
I
I'd
would
give you money, Brian.
sign.
Just write
I would
Biggles
sign
on
that
your
in a
forehead
heartbeat.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kidding.
But we got 16-bit mascot for 350 says been enjoying Patriot Outpost. Keep it real, bro. Thank you, man. I need to be making more. I want to at least make daily videos for that. That's my goal. Obviously, I would love to do more, but you know, it's kind of tough sometimes. Just depending, just depending on the schedule for the day. The Sentinel says Ryan, get fake boobs. Use a face app and start growing your simp army.
Well, we all know Biggles is the king of all the Ryan Simp Army.
That's
I'm
true.
not a
He's
simp,
the leader.
but I will lead your simp army, okay?
You already
You're
do,
not a-
Biggles.
You're not a simp, but you'll give me money if I do it.
I'll lead your army. Yeah, let's do it.
I'll take it.
Dude, I'd pay money for it, just for the irony.
You guys are like gonna force me to fucking do something that I do not want to do. But
Like
I mean,
we're
if
a suit
Oh
with
no,
a
you
bow tie?
100% have a choice in this. It's just how much do you want money?
You gonna bring a pickle floaty onto your stream?
sure,
Oh,
I'll ride an inflatable pickle. That would not a
Wear a
problem.
horse head and smack it into
Got
ASMR
him.
ear cups.
Hey, all I gotta do is just drop $100 super chat, and he'll put his Darth Vader helmet onto it into work
I did do that.
twice.
And it
One
wasn't
from me,
Darth
one
Va-
from Biggles.
and it wasn't Darth Vader. It was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Batman.
It was a Batfleck helmet.
It was a
Yeah.
Batfleck
it
helmet.
was Rhino that had that did the Darth Vader helmet.
Please,
Me too.
Rhino, just fucking twerk just to twerk, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to $100 for me to writing someone's name on me, but I would need to have a different fucking marker. I'm not just gonna use a fucking Sharpie because it's not gonna come off soon
No,
enough.
it's not.
But Ghostbusters 2016. Well, I don't know how we got fucking so distracted by talking about Sims, but Ghostbusters 2016 was really like one of those first things that was really rejected so hard by the fans, but was like propped up by the critics in a way. You know what I mean? And Oh, and we've real quick got another person joining the stream. We got Storyman Jack. What's up, buddy?
There he is.
What's up?
Storyman.
Hey,
There you are.
There he is.
yeah, I had to. We were looking for the cat. She got out.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That's
no.
not good.
Did you find
No.
her?
Nah,
She'll come
You
back.
get those
She's gonna be-
tracking devices for your animals that we know where they are every now and then.
she'll
Well,
come
she-
back.
yeah,
You're gonna
she has
find
a
her sitting
kid.
in the front porch.
probably.
Yep.
But anyway, I just spent an hour screaming on Culture's channel about Wheel of Time. So
Have you read Wheel of Time?
I read it every year since I was like 12.
Oh, damn.
I have it on. I have it saved on
it's-
Audible. I need this my next read.
It is insane what they've done. It's just absolutely insane.
Yeah, I
they
was
added
watching-
stuff that wasn't there. They added a wife to a character that doesn't get one until halfway through the series.
Oh wow.
Like the guy that Panin or something like that. Perrin, yeah.
Perrin Ibarra, yeah.
Yeah, I was watching Lady Gravemaster's review on it. Yeah, she's like, don't watch the movie, don't watch the show, read the book.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that Robert Jordan's family let him do. The whole point of it is that nobody's diverse, and they have to get rid of the thinking of we're all different to come together to save the world. That's the whole point. And the first village is supposed to be this isolated village. Everybody's the same race, and this one boy looks different. But the first scene is everybody's black, everybody's or Hispanic or Asian, and you've got it's insane. They even say we're going to the two rivers where the old blood runs pure, and everybody's different. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I've never read Wheel of Time. I know a lot of people are talking about it. I just don't.
It was already woke. It was already woke. I don't know why they had to wokeify it more.
Oh,
Because
trust me.
it's
After watching the trailers for it, I was like, yeah, it's definitely not the way the book looks like. Because even though I haven't read the book, but I can tell it's going to be completely different in the book. It's probably not. The storylines probably doesn't even match the book.
No, I mean, and then there's a line where she's explaining to them that the dragon's going to be reborn, and they don't know if it's a girl or a boy. It's always a guy. It's always a guy. And the three boys are the Tavares that they're trying to figure out which one is going to be the dragon, and they've changed it to include the girl.
Yeah, they're definitely not. Yeah, they're definitely not following those storyline from the book.
Nope.
Yeah, for
It's
me,
their own narrative.
So for instance, Wheel of Time and Cowboy Bebop, those are two things I don't care about. Now, it was one thing when the Cowboy Bebop chick came out and was attacking fans and trolling fans. I'll talk about that shit, because that's applicable to everything. But since I don't really know a lot about the source material, I kind of try to stay away from it, even though it's, it's good topics. But I just, I want to stay genuine with the stuff that I talk about. But it is frustrating to see so many people who do love those books, who do love those stories, get pretty upset.
Well, it's up there with Wheel of Time or with Lord of the Rings. There's so many plot lines and through lines and everything. It has so much deep meaning that they couldn't have done it justice anyway. But I tell you what, it tells me what they're going to do with Lord of the Rings.
Yep. Oh, pretty much, yeah.
I saw somewhere that there were going to be nude scenes, and I'm like, Lord of the Rings doesn't need that. What are we doing here?
They put sex in the first episode, and this is not about that.
What?
Sex sells.
So what it is when writers put in sex scenes, it means they don't know how to write, so they have to fill up the time slot with something.
Well, none of these people.
Sex.
If I ever utter this book would make a good movie again, I want somebody to punch me in the face.
I got it. I will drive to Texas and punch you in the face.
Because when I was a kid,
just let me know where you're at in Texas. I'll meet up with you.
Yeah,
it's all I ever did when I was a kid. This would make a good movie. Well, they don't know how to do it anymore, I guess.
Well, yeah, because you want to see that image you've got in your imagination brought to life by someone who's able to put that creative vision into reality.
It's not just about that, though. I don't mind seeing differences, like the actors don't really look like the characters I envision. I don't mind any of that. What I mind is they're changing the story. They're changing the character. Like Paranabara is a totally different character. It's not the character at all they wrote in the book.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not. He's married with a wife before he even leaves, and they're supposed to be teenagers who don't know anything about the world.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the book is about. It's pretty much about a bunch of teenagers.
Yep.
But from what I'm seeing on from everyone else saying they're all adults, it's like
if you get the audio version, at the
I
end
got
of the
audio
first,
version.
At the end of the first two books, at the end of the first 2 books, Robert Jordan explains what the story is about. It's about, hey, there's a prophecy, and this person in this prophecy is going to save the world. Well, they go and find the people that are in the prophecy, and none of them want anything to fucking do with it, and they run away.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being Frodo and going, yeah, I'll take the ring to the most evil place in the world. It's like Frodo said, screw you, I'm not going to do that. That's what it's about. And they're breaking it. It's sad.
Yeah, it sucks. It's Amazon. It's what they're gonna do the Lord of the Rings too, unfortunately. Brightest Day for $2 says H Cup cosplay boobs are $200. Don't know or don't ask how I know. Well, now I'm just curious of how you know that, but I will not ask. I will not ask.
Yeah, and guys, they're gonna. Sorry, Ryan. They're gonna ruin everything, right? I did a short on Foundation. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yeah.
Series by Isaac Asimov. Yeah, from the 1950s, and they changed a bunch of shit unnecessarily in that, and that's an Apple TV show, I believe. So anything they touch, just stay away from it. I don't care who the mega corporation is. It's not going to be faithful. It's not going to be good, and it's going to be woke. So I don't know how we get past all this.
Is the insane
but for right
logic.
now, nothing's going to be faithful to the source
This is the insane logic. I want this IP as a company because it has this huge following and I can make money. But I'm going to change it and insult the huge following so it doesn't have any following when it launches. What kind of sense does that even make?
Yeah, it's because the real reason they're doing that is because they have no creativity, right? So they can't just come up with storylines involving black characters, gay characters, or anything like that have any relevance or any value. So what they need to do is take already established things and then just tweak those stories and bastardize those stories so that they can include people of color, gay people, like whatever, right? Switch it to whatever you fucking want because they don't even have the capability to come up with kind of bad stories themselves. They have to take someone else's good shit and change it. That's all they got.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you take the drugs out of Hollywood. They lose their imaginations.
Well, they've replaced cocaine with hormone blockers in Hollywood.
No, they have their secretary's niece writing their stories now. It's all because they're all a little incestuous group. All these writers, all the people that they're promoting. What was it with the Marvel shit? The directors didn't even have any say in what was going on. I mean, this is insane. It's insane what they're doing. I can take my iPhone out here and make a movie, which I've done. It'll launch at Halloween next year because I wasn't able to get it done in time. But I can make a movie with my iPhone with a better story than what they're producing with millions of dollars. It's crazy.
Yeah, I could record myself taking a shit for 20 seconds, and that would be
that would be like a normal Seth Rogen movie.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
YouTube short. Well, I mean,
and then you can go on Twitter and pretend to be woke.
I mean,
yeah, that's pretty much what Twitter is. Almost half the people on Twitter are pretty much fake anyway. They're just, what's it called, including themselves, even though they don't believe half the shit that's going on. They just want to be included.
Has everyone seen the Santa Inc. trailer?
I saw bits and pieces of that. I didn't get
I have not.
You showed it to me, and I wanted to like self-delete.
Is it that? Is it like a remake of that? Kibble Smith comic book?
Nope. Nope. All right, we're gonna watch it. You
guys showed it on Friday Night Tights, didn't you?
Oh, we did. Yes, we did.
I missed that part I must have missed that part because I was too busy doing other things on Friday Night Tights.
All right, so this is we have to watch this because it's this is Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman. Now, imagine for a second two
unfunny
two
cocksuckers.
two unfunny people talking about Christmas who are also both Jewish, but they're making a Christmas movie. I find that interesting.
Oh,
but,
this makes a lot of sense.
Wait, isn't that cultural appropriation?
Well,
yeah. Pretty much. What is this?
To be fair, it's not like they're pretending to have any reverence for it or anything. So
that's true.
Here we go.
When you're a kid, there's only one day a year more special than any other day, and that day is Christmas. And we are the magic behind that day. So let's get these fucking kids some fucking presents.
You gotta be shitting me, really?
Oh yeah, because you gotta swear in a Christmas movie.
Of course.
The hardest working man
I hate it already.
is. Good golly, he's jolly. Our own Santa Claus.
He would not be in the North Pole. Don't even give me that. He would not be up there in the North.
Did I just see an elf show off the tits?
Good news, sir.
Yeah, that was elf tits.
What did that
Oh
say?
my God.
For the 3 inches saucer party? That tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. Look at that.
No wonder. Sausage party.
Sausage party. I laughed though.
I might watch it if a douchebag is the main character.
Which douchebag?
Well, he already is.
We already know Sarah Silverman's a douchebag.
Yeah, we got Sarah Silverman and we got Sarah Silverman and we have Seth Rogen. So they're the two leads. They are both douchebags.
Of course.
And Jewish.
Yeah.
Woo.
Well, sometimes I wonder if they are because they don't act like it sometimes.
They're probably Hollywood Jewish.
Yeah.
Well, they're both Jewish. That's fine. We're not saying we're not saying like that as an attack, but we're talking about it because they're making like a Christmas movie, which is strange. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unless they're gonna be a couple of white people who celebrate Christmas, don't celebrate Hanukkah, and they're gonna put them in a film.
Well, it's about to be a Christmas movie that's all about race. That's what this is, guys. So
is it really?
Get ready for it.
Oh, man.
Good news, sir. More American kids believe in you than they do in vaccines or the Holocaust.
There it is.
I mean, America, but great for us.
So there you go. You get your Holocaust reference and your vaccine reference out of the way in the same sentence there.
I'm here from the North Pole Times. Have you decided who will succeed you as Santa Claus?
Subtext: Santa's old and knocking on death's door. Fuck you. I mean, that's a very good question. I'll give it some serious thought. Ha ha ho ho ho. Bye.
That was great. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
History. Some were loved, others loathed. But the position of Santa has mostly been a white man's game.
Oh my God.
Here we go. There we go.
There
we go.
My advice to you is
this guy stinks.
get rid of my porn!
I want to be the next Santa. If this is your dream, you have to at least make your case, bitch.
You gotta get intimate with that jolly bitch.
I know you're right, but do you really have to call me bitch every time you say something?
Yes. Because it's empowering to call you bitch.
Oh God, there's the empowerment.
Let's go over what we know.
Unless a guy calls her bitch.
The board are all male and all white.
All male and all white. And
wow.
What a direct. Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Good thing is though this is not meant for kids, but kids are gonna watch it anyway.
Well, it's gonna be it's got to be rated R.
Yeah, it's rated R.
It's rated R. But but we're watching the Red Band trailer too, so yeah.
Yeah, it's not for kids. It's just
definitely not, but kids are gonna watch it anyway.
Well, I mean, sure, in the same way that some kids will be able to watch anything like whatever, right? But yeah, they're taking something that is, for kids and they're making it adult. It's like a fucking super common trope now that we've seen over the past couple of years. They've like run out of ideas.
Big Mouth and other things like that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Here we go. Board of directors white.
Play golf, drink, smoke cigars, say things like, don't ever marry your mistress.
Just so you know, the women of the North Pole make fun of one of your dicks. Have fun wondering whose it is.
And then this part is copyrighted music, so let me move it up a little bit here. Fuck it up a little bit.
Has ideas, but
all right.
Can she really be the face of Christmas?
named successor die trying.
Craig Robertson. That's the only plus side.
Did I see a stripper pole in there?
You probably did.
I believe so, yeah.
Kick-ass night!
There you go.
I like Power Forge. I like what Power Forge
This
said
is
in the
the
chat.
garbage we're going to give you for $9.99 a month. Good thing Snyder Cut's still on there.
If I needed another reason to not subscribe to HBO Max, this was it.
I have HBO Max, but I just watch the old DC stuff and anime. That's it.
Yeah.
So I noticed they don't have a dislike counter.
Well, it's because YouTube.
YouTube got rid of it.
Yeah, they got rid of it.
It's not from something they did, but it is right now currently at around 1.1 thousand up to 6,000 down from some people that still haven't had theirs updated yet.
Yeah, some people are still able to see it. Let me see if I can. What's the? Can you put it in the private chat?
Yeah, sure. It's very random.
My dislike counter's still there.
Yeah, it's different for everybody.
Well, it also depends if you're on a phone or a laptop or computer, and it also depends on what phone you have too.
It's almost like they're rolling it out to individual accounts or something.
Yeah.
1.1K
I noticed
to
that's kind of how
6.4K.
Google does it.
6.4K downvotes.
Oof.
Oof. And I'm going to take credit for this because nobody made a video about this shit until I reacted to it on a live stream. And at that point in time, it was 1,000 up to about 700 down.
No, it was no. I went to it right after you did it live, and it was at 200 or it was at 2K down. It was already ratioed. So probably your entire chat must have went right then and there. And just down
just bombed the ever living shit out of that video.
I wonder if Social Blade still displays dislikes like on their site because they get their stuff from YouTube's algorithms and coding. So
yeah,
that's
Pretty
something
sure it's
to
just
consider.
API tracking, isn't it?
What's that?
There's a way that I can see some of them, because I have a plugin that shows me like ratios, and for some things it's still kind of showing it, and other things it's not. It's very strange. I don't really understand or have a reason why, but
I know that I now have the option to turn them off.
Ooh, Tell Hillam 29. Look at his comment real quick.
Tell
Stop a
Hillam
bit.
29.
It
The
does a
dislikes
bit.
do show when you don't have a YouTube account. See, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What an interesting.
Yeah, because I
Let
have
me-
an account.
Let me
I have
open
like
it
5
incog.
accounts.
I think what
We
he means when you're offline. That's what they mean. Like when you're not logged
No.
into YouTube.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah,
offline, you won't see it. If you're offline, you won't see it. But if you're online on your account, then you'll be able to see it.
Also,
Yeah, here you
another
go.
question: does a VPN block it?
That's a good
I
question.
That's tricky.
I can
That's tricky.
let me use my VPN real quick. I'm going to be in Canada, so if I get kicked out, it's because I'm in Canada.
Okay, you won't be missed, Biggles.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
It is.
Yeah, this is the incognito window right here. So, sure enough, that's true. So that is a way we can still check it. That's good to know.
Yeah, because I can see them
Very
on
good to know.
mine, and I do have my VPN on. So
I don't think my VPN's on.
Did you guys see what? Did you guys see what Seth Rogen said about the nice city of Los Angeles the other day?
oh my
Yes.
god,
I'm back.
good
and
grief.
I can't
Oh,
wait.
for fuck's sake.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Remember when the mayor of London said, being attacked with a knife is part and parcel of living in a big city. That's the exact sentiment that these communists have, that they don't think you should be able to defend yourself. For the greater good, don't defend yourself. That's what these scumbags think.
I used to live downtown Toronto for 2 years. I was never attacked once with a knife. So yeah,
What is that, Heath?
So I looked up WWE's channel to see if they still display like ratings. This is the ratings. So you can go to any video or any channel, and Social Blade will still display the ratios and shit.
That's
good.
It
Good
might
to
take
know.
a while for them to be able to phase that out. Like, it's obviously been rolling out slowly to different people's accounts as they're fucking updating everything. So
Probably.
I imagine it's only a matter of time
It's like
until
there's
that
always
leaves.
going to be a trace. Like that's the thing with Social Blade. It's like they get a hold of any algorithm that tracks that. Like they're going to basically make their own proxy out of it and present it on their website.
Well, what I'm saying is I think that eventually any public extension of that will be shut off, will be updated. It just hasn't happened yet. So that's what I think.
Like you said, these things with like VPNs and everything, like there's ways around it for sure.
Well, because they haven't updated their architecture fully. Like that's what I think. That's what I'm saying. So once they do, I don't think there will be a place for them to pull it from, but it might be 6-8 months, a year. And we have just seen Social Blade stop doing things because YouTube wanted them to. Like they stopped doing the live subscription count because YouTube wanted them to. So that could be something they eventually just make them take off or want them to take off their site. We'll see.
I mean, the end result of it is people will just find a different way to express their displeasure, or they'll stop watching.
Yep.
Well, we've already seen that with the comment trend of like this comment to dislike the video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then upvote the top dislike comment.
Well, I got rid of my prom account just earlier today. When I woke up and walked in and they were watching Wheel of Time, I got rid of it. I was just like, no more money for them.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to like people expressing their shit, we saw that with Star Wars, right? Gina Carano did nothing wrong. We love Gina Carano, all that stuff that was going in their YouTube comments. And it is just every one of the top comments on that HBO Max video are, I wish they wouldn't have got rid of the dislike ratio. This is why they got rid of the dislikes. Like that's what all of them are talking about. I hear somebody in the background somewhere. Somebody's feed.
It's not mine.
It's not me because.
Okay. I don't know if it was Heath Nation. He popped a little bit there, but
I think it's Storyman Jack because when he tapped his mic off.
Yeah, it's probably Jack.
I think she's on the phone trying to find her cat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope she finds it because that's fucking terrible. The cat you will probably look for it all night. In the morning, it'll just be sitting there on the doorstep waiting to get fed.
Biggles, at your age, not your shoe size.
What? I think my shoe size is bigger than my age.
Okay. No, I was gonna say, I mean, they've gotten rid. Ryan, you were saying all the top comments are going to be this and that. Well, how much longer until they just stop letting you comment?
It won't be long because once they start doing all their well, they should have already done it with all the hate they get in the comments anyway from all these other. But the dislike countdown, they're gonna start just saying dislike or thumbs down in the comments, and it's gonna be just nothing but that. And they'll still be talking shit.
Yeah.
And then this, they're gonna be almost like what Twitter does. They'll kind of start blocking most of them, saying this may be offensive to you, and then it'll have the view on the bottom. So yeah, they're going to start censoring the comments.
Well,
also.
We already found out that during live streams, they're deleting comments. And remember how it would say Google moderator did this? It's not even doing that anymore. That happened on one of my streams.
No, I was watching. Well, I was watching Bob Ross's live stream. They were doing the whole thing for Thanksgiving. I typed in a comment. It wasn't offensive or anything like that. Google blocked it because I said. I can't remember what the fuck I said, but
let's go Brandon or something like that. I think.
No, it wasn't that. No,
Brandon.
But I said something about because I was talking to somebody in the chat, talking about how their dog was sick. Then I said I hope it felt better because of all that. Then next not only did my comment get blocked, but his comment got blocked also. It's like
wow.
It's like what was so offensive about that shit? We're having a conversation. Nothing bad going on.
Nothing. And I feel like a lot of these channels, they're starting to tell Google or YouTube, if they mention these words, just say it. I'll give you the best example. So it's no secret that Billy Mitchell was a disgrace to gaming, and Guinness recently reinstated his records for no reason, right? And they went on to AEW's CM Punk return video, and they were in the comments like record for the loudest crowd reaction. And I went to type get rid of Billy Mitchell's scores, you piece of shit, And not necessarily that, but get rid of Billy Mitchell's scores and then we could talk. Couldn't do it because I had Billy Mitchell in a comment to Guinness World Records. Think about that. It's fucking stupid.
They're blocking out some of the most simplest words because they think that one word is just, I don't know.
It's the most asinine shit I've ever seen.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
There's just so many arbitrary things that you just are not allowed to say on these major platforms anymore. And it makes no sense. Like
why I think everybody wants to go to Odyssey or Locals or whatever other place they want to go to because they're getting tired of all the bullshit YouTube is doing. YouTube used to be fun back then. Now it's just nope. You gotta do this and this and this. This is what happens when you sell your soul to the corporate world.
Well, the problem is that it's not as bad as Twitter or Facebook, so they get away with a lot more.
Facebook is almost is about to be a fossil, and Twitter's right behind it because they're gonna start just for other things.
Twitter's used by mostly children.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, Twitter's used by a very young audience. Facebook is used by a very old audience, actually.
Which is weird that they're so similar in so many ways.
I found a ratio.
You have like
Santa Inc. on.
There's something going on with your mic, Heath, where every time you talk, you're fucking popping a lot. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, is it really? Shit.
But, I can hear it popping too.
If you can, if you I have 14.9% on the Santa Inc. video.
There you go. 14 point. Yep. Like we said, 1K to 6.4K downvotes. And the thing is, it's like when we're talking about like the YouTube comments, we're talking about all of that stuff. The comments will eventually go, and it's death by 1,000 cuts when it comes to these platforms. They continue to push people away. And I think it's important to be on all platforms. That's why I upload to YouTube. I upload to Odyssey. I upload to Rumble because I want to get everything out there as far as I possibly can. But yeah, eventually a competitor will come up. It's only a matter of time, but it's important to get a foot in the door in all those places when it happens.
Yeah.
And
did you see what Odyssey did the other day? They changed their name to YouTube and they got in trouble from Twitter. We're not allowed to do this. We have to change it back.
I saw that.
Well, I mean, eventually Google and Alphabet will stop just subsidizing YouTube because that's essentially what goes on. YouTube doesn't make any money for Alphabet or Google, whichever way you want to look at it. Like the money they make from ads is coming from Google and not YouTube because it's two companies intermingled, and a lot of people don't realize that. So YouTube shouldn't, quote unquote, be able to exist at the scale that it is right now.
Well, the reason that they are fine with basically not making any money with it is because of the data that they get from it, right? Because it's the second biggest search engine in the world.
Precisely.
And they're learning so much about people, what ads they like, what things they don't like, all this shit, through YouTube. So that's why they're willing to basically operate it at essentially not a profit, a little bit of a loss because it's worth it to them. And it makes a lot of sense. It's second to Google, by the way. Google's number one, YouTube's number two. So they own the two biggest search engines in the fucking world.
Mm. Yeah, because like when you need to figure something out, where do you go? You either go to Google and Google search it, or you go to YouTube and look up a fucking how-to video.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
well,
you're not wrong.
And they say YouTube loses some money. I'd like to go through their books.
Yeah, that'd be
cool. Oh, they'll never let you see that.
Oh no.
Just like Disney will never open up their books.
Well, that's okay. Twitch opened up theirs. I mean, someone else opened up theirs.
Biggles, what have you been doing?
I may have acquired a USB stick of unknown origin.
The hack of the purple platform showed all their financials and stuff. And everything. Basically everything.
What was I gonna say?
I love that Hale Fauci said sometimes I run MSNBC to throw him off.
Yeah. I like the Hail Fauci account. The quickest way to get your negative comments back is to get a vaccine and wear your masks.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
That's some shit.
But you have to have that. You have to be up, like fully vaccinated, so you're up to date on your boosters too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what that vaccine is, just a booster shot for flu.
I did real quick before I forget about the super chat. 16-bit mascot for $2. Enjoy you on FNT, Ryan. You bring the fire. Cheers. Thank you very much, 16-bit mascot. I appreciate that. Yeah,
true.
now that Chrissy's on there a lot, I feel like I always have to be on my A game.
Yeah, Chrissy is a trip on that. On there.
Over there in Chrissy's corner. So you gotta really step it up.
Yeah.
You gotta show him who's boss.
Not only is there two women, but there's one who's like a professional person at being funny. So now I have to step up being funny. So,
I feel like if Lethal was on there,
she's more laid back when she's on FNT.
Well, how many times
she's also got a bigger mouth than X-Ray Girl.
Well, X-Ray Girl doesn't talk much unless she's drunk.
No, you hadn't. I have to.
I think we all watched enough to know that.
I've hung out with drunk X-Ray Girl. Okay, she like bites drunk 3PO. She like tries to carry everybody. She's like, ah! Yeah, okay. Drunk X-Ray Girl is hilarious. Okay, hilarious.
Okay, wait for the next meetup. Hopefully, I'll be able to make it.
Drunk X-Ray Girl. They were like drunk twins, except she's Asian.
Oh my god.
She gets absolutely hammered. And then she does talk a lot when she gets hammered. But what was I gonna say? Seth Rogen, we talked about it, and then we got off on tangent again. Seth Rogen had this fucking comment about the city of Los Angeles, where effectively somebody got their car broken into.
Casey Neistat.
Seth Rogen said, Casey Neistat. And Seth Rogen's like, bruh, that's just part of living in a big city, man. And went on to tell a story that says he's had his car broken in 15 times over his 20 years living in LA. But it's really not that bad. It's still a really nice city.
So what was it? I wonder what was Rob the first 5 years he was living there.
I don't know. But it just shows how out of touch these people are. How truly in a bubble that they live in.
If they moved out here to where I am and nobody even locks their doors or cars in it because we're so isolated.
That's what I was
and
about.
Pretty much.
Everybody knows everybody. Everybody talks to everybody.
Yeah.
There's no crime. If there is crime, we hunt them down.
Usually.
Yeah, pretty much.
The private citizen is defending themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Texas shooting that happened the other day?
Oh Lord!
No, I missed that. I missed that one.
Is that the custody issue one you're talking about?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about
gonna be.
I didn't see that one.
That's gonna be a complicated one.
Quarter Black's other little show has some pretty decent coverage on it.
Yeah, that's. I do think that since it's in Texas, I do think that since it's in Texas, since the guy, even once the gun was brought out, kept continuing to get even more and more aggressive, and he tried to touch the gun. I do think they haven't filed charges. They basically already said it's fine. But it's much more muddier than the Kyle Rittenhouse story, which he's literally running away from these people.
And it's on video.
Yeah, pretty much the entire night. That was the miraculous part about it.
Well, I just don't trust video because they can be manipulated.
Yeah,
especially if it's on the news.
So they did the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, right? And the prosecutors send a different video to the defendant or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And I was looking at it and I was like, oh, that takes about 15 minutes to do it. And then they showed the metadata or whatever that lady said, that like the data in the courtroom or whatever, and the difference was like 21 minutes. So it probably took 15 minutes to edit and 6 minutes to upload.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. I was like, you can clearly see everything they did, and I can do that in 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And it was that's exactly what they did.
That whole thing about it's compressed because it was sent in email. I'm like, no. Email treats it the way it is supposed to be treated. If your file's too big, it ain't gonna send unless you edit it. And that argument just basically, when it comes to video experts like us, that argument just falls flat on its freaking face because we know how video works.
If they said they sent it through Twitter, I'd believe them, because every time I send Skirmitar something through Twitter, he's like, we need to send it through email because it's not showing up. It's showing at a lower resolution.
Yeah, that was all. And that kind of displayed that both the defense and the judge, and even honestly the prosecution to an extent, when they were trying to explain things away, like none of these people have any idea how the technology that they're using works. And think of how many cases they've had. Think how many cases they had that weren't publicly televised, that weren't murder trials, that were maybe for drugs or like whatever it could have been, that they've also had no comprehension of how this works.
Well, and probably people put in prison for no good reason because of it.
Right. And just think about how Kyle must have been feeling sitting there. Holy shit. My life depends on how well these boomers can run a 4K fucking TV.
Yeah, okay.
You saw how relieved he was at the verdict.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no,
he's going to sue him.
He deserved it. He saw his whole life come back.
They would have killed him, so he had to defend himself, and then the state tried to kill him again.
Yeah. And now he's
not just that, but even before that, they tried to kill him in the court of public opinion.
Yeah, he's 3-0.
Oh, they're still trying that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're still lying out their asses. It was not black people that were killed. He did not take a gun across state lines. He was perfectly legal to have a gun.
Yep.
He did nothing wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the crazy part, that if all this hadn't been on video, what would have fucking happened?
He would have gone to prison.
Even with all this evidence and a pretty shitty defense team, he almost got, I guess maybe it wasn't as close as we all thought, to be honest, because they did come back with unanimous decisions on everything. But it certainly seemed like it was up in the air for quite some time. In this situation in Texas is way different.
My understanding is that there was 1 or 2 holdouts, and the rest of them were like, no, we're not hanging this jury. We're going to stay here until we get you resolved.
Yeah, that's kind of what was leaked, but yeah, it's tough to know for sure.
That's what I saw, but
fuck the Independent.
Who knows?
Wait, was there one that said he shot like 3 black men in like the UK, like right after the trial?
The Independent. That's someone put it in the comments. Fuck the Independent. Fuck most of those tabloids in the UK anyway.
Yeah, the idea that after all of this, they still said that he shot and killed 3 black men is hilarious.
And it's not just little known papers or websites in the UK. MSNBC was lying. They were saying things he did not say on the stand. They were saying that those other guys said things they didn't say on the stand. It's I mean, I don't know how they can possibly get away with it.
Money.
Legally.
And like, I think that honestly, if you're being honest with yourself, all of the people who have been screaming for the past year or more about judicial system and how it needs to be reformed and how it's so unfair and how police sometimes make things up on the stand, how prosecutors make things up, all this shit, you would think that they would find allies with all the people that were watching this, that maybe would have thought that that was all garbage, that was all bullshit, that was all made up. You'd think they would come to those people who have now seen it play out in real time, publicly, nationally, and be like, we've been talking about this. We'd love to find some common ground on judicial reform.
They don't care about that.
Instead, they just talk about the color of everyone's skin.
And they don't care about judicial reform. They just want to be right. They just want special treatment for themselves, and everybody else get fed to the lions. That's what they want.
Like the blue-eyed scorpion.
We're anti-authoritarian until we're the authoritarians.
No, the other one.
The other one. The other one.
The one that he crossed timelines and killed all the dinosaurs.
Must have been it.
Yep.
I love that Babylon Bee story that came out right after the verdict. The judge asked Kyle Rittenhouse to go out with his gun and protect the courthouse from the rioters.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Did you guys see Lofty Pixels is in the chat too. Thanks for stopping by, Lofty. I didn't know you were here on my second channel too. But he's made some incredible fucking memes and his meme videos that he does out of this shit. There was one I saw where somebody put Judge Schrader's head on like Mean Joe Green from the old Coke commercials.
Yep.
And, and had Kyle Rittenhouse as the kid. And when he was like done drinking, you know, in the commercial, he throws his jersey to the kid who gave him the Coke. This when he throws him his AR-15 back.
Well,
That's a good one.
I don't know how far in the internet trenches you guys delve, but there was a 4chan green text called AR on a sling that someone put to Big Iron on his hip.
I saw that.
Yeah.
All I know is my favorite one is like the Race to Witch Mountain or whatever, and it's The Rock looking back at the little girl and says, "Why is LeBron so mad at Kyle Rittenhouse?" And it's like, because he plays better, or because he's got a better shot and plays better defense. And then The Rock's like,
And then there was another one that was circulating around where it showed like the judge like smiling, and then the caption was like, "Hey kid, you forgot this." Tosses AR, plays Rocky music.
Basically,
that's some good ones.
Yeah.
And if he's
that's
smart,
what happens, man. That's what happens with all these news covers. They turn into really excellent memes.
If he's smart, he can capitalize on this and make a mint.
He already knows this. He already knows this.
Yeah, I saw somewhere that he's already planning on suing the pants off a lot of these.
Well, I don't think he has to sue anybody. He just needs to make appearances and have speeches.
He hinted at it on Tucker Carlson, I believe.
Was that where it was?
So.
Well, yeah, because he was, defamed by all the mainstream media. He was defamed in a campaign ad by the former vice president.
He's still being defamed.
Well,
Right,
he's been slandered by every news outlet except for maybe Fox, and he's been libeled by the New York Times and others.
Exactly.
I mean, it's simple. But
And
the courts
you saw how
protect
fast
all those people.
You saw how fast that the Young Turks turned.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
God, I hate those fucking idiots.
Nick Sandman still had a massive victory over CNN, and he's still engaged in lawsuits against all of these companies.
However,
there's a difference between Sandman and Kyle, though.
Don't think that settlement is what you think it is.
Well, Biggles, what are you gonna say?
So, what Ricado was saying is that Sandman and Kyle are different because Kyle's now a public figure because of the court case.
Well,
so he has to do a little bit more to prove than the other ones.
The difference is in a big way that Kyle has been charged by the government with certain things. That opens up a lot more leeway for people to talk about it. Whereas Sandman was never charged with a crime, never anything like that. It was all just them talking about him. So there is a big difference and probably a much higher standard for defamation. And also labeling someone a racist, at least so far. I don't know is that a bag? What the hell is that? You're opening.
Not me. Oh, it's gotta be Jack.
It's Jack.
It's Jack.
I'm starving.
Looks like he opened up a bag of Doritos.
That's okay, dude. I've been munching on pizza this whole time. That's why you see me mute constantly.
I
y'all to hear me chewing.
I saw a blue bag. I was thinking Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Cool Ranch.
Andy, the original.
Oh yeah, you can't get
Nice.
Doritos after that ad. Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw that.
You guys
I saw
seen
that ad. I saw it.
Oh,
Or the Twix ad.
the
don't get me
Twix
started
one was
Don't get me
worse.
started
Oh,
with that
no.
Twix. That had nothing to do with the fucking candy bar.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where were we? Seth Rogen.
Yeah,
I think Seth Rogen. I think we were talking about Seth Rogen. But I guess to finish my thought on that, they just have a lot further to go to prove that Kyle was defamed, which we all know he was. But you can't. Nicholas Sandman even said this in an open letter. Saying someone's racist or calling someone a white supremacist doesn't meet like the legal level of defamation, because that is a subjective thing to people. Whereas calling someone like, say, a murderer could be. And now we've seen MSN say that even after he was acquitted. That's going to be a big thing from this too. So
after he's acquitted, they might have a better claim, because
I do think calling someone a domestic. I do think calling someone a terrorist potentially could fall into that, like we saw Joe Biden say. Or at least whoever runs his account for him.
Well, I mean, we need better everything. We need better justices on the Supreme Court because they're cucks. We need better representatives, people who actually care about people and not their pocketbook. It's the whole thing is imploding. It's not just one little thing. If the Supreme Court was correct, New York Times and all these people wouldn't be as protected as they are. All these politicians wouldn't be as protected as they are. They're protected. They wouldn't even let people submit evidence for the damn election, much less even converse about it. The whole thing is trash. The whole thing is about putting money in certain people's pockets, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically.
I mean, that's always what it's about, is money.
And it's been that way since the 1700s.
Mm-hmm.
Lost Jedi 22 is here for $2. Says squirrel. Topic change.
That's not
me.
what this has been.
I think he's talking about me.
I don't think. No, I think he's not talking about you. I think he's talking about like we just go down a tangent and then we're like, what were we talking? Oh yeah, that's right. Seth Rogen was talking about how getting broken into is just fucking normal because these Hollywood
he's just so uninteresting and bland. Like there's no entertainment there.
Well, stoner movies could only go so far.
Yep. True.
And as a pothead, yes, I have to agree. Like they're only so funny for so long.
Yep.
Well, Seth Rogen's a guy who's selling $500 like joint rolling.
Oh
trays,
no! If you
right?
buy that, you're a pretentious asshole.
Exactly. That's who his market is. That's the only people he thinks of now. He doesn't think of people that are getting their shit stolen from their car, that they can't afford to just replace a window. They can't afford to do all this shit.
Yeah,
because these people live in their own bubble.
It's like they get money and they go insane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I finally get to park my car in a garage.
It was like my son, after my rant earlier, my son's like, so would you sell a store to Disney? I'm like, no. What if they offer you $10 million? No, ever.
My IP is worth more to me than the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And if I die, I will have it put in my will that a foundation will be created and nothing ever gets sold to anybody.
I like Ripa's, what Ripa said. He's like, listen, if Ripaverse, it's taken off, it's doing well, and Netflix comes and they say, hey, we'll give you $20 million. We want to make a movie about this or whatever, or a TV show. He was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, no, you'll give me $40 million and I will maintain full creative control on everything. If you want to do it then we'll do business. But
you can basically pay me a one-time royalty.
Yeah.
A one-time fee for the right to the license.
Yeah, and you got to license it out and gatekeep the shit out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't make a sequel unless you pay me again.
You got to maintain control. And we've talked a lot about Disney Star Wars and, what George did by handing it off to everybody. Everyone loves to talk about how Dave Filoni was the right-hand man for George Lucas. So that's why everyone... So that's why everyone should, trust everything he says. Conveniently, they're forgetting that George Lucas handed off his franchise to Kathleen Kennedy. So if Dave was the right-hand man, then she was the fucking left-hand bitch.
It always goes back. This is all George's fault.
Yep.
Every bit of it.
Yeah, because he sold. But this reminds... I was just playing Cyberpunk right before the stream because I haven't had any bugs in over 300 hours of play. And yeah, I know, I'm lucky.
Do you have a nice PC?
I was playing on like 8-year-old hardware when I first picked it up, so no.
Wow.
He was playing
I know,
on
dude.
Linux.
But it don't run on Linux. But no, there's a quote in there because there's a side quest where you're dealing with like an upstanding quote unquote politician, right, trying to do good in the city. And Johnny Silverhand, the ghost in your head, basically says, "Remember, V, these are still upper class elites. They will step over you to get what they want, no matter what." So these people that are out in Hollywood, whether or not they have good intentions or anything, they're in that environment. They've been in there so long, they've forgotten common courtesies towards their common man.
That's really well said, and it's obvious. Like the reason we have this big divide, I feel like right now, in addition to just being forced in there by the mainstream media by trying to push us apart, is the fact that we have two people watching a movie screen that come out seeing completely different things. And one side is saying, I don't understand how you can perceive it that way, like, because that doesn't register to me at all. And the other side saying the same thing about the other guy. Because I don't know if it has to do with class, because a lot of these people, the same class, they're just so isolated now because there's no more conversation. There's no more arguments. There's no more anything like that.
It's a brain disease. They got infected in college. It's a brain disease, and they're passing it on to their people in their community. That's what it is.
What we're seeing now is people saying the exact same thing in two different ways, and it's just such a divide that there's no common ground if there's diametrically opposed position on the exact same statement or the exact same idea.
Me and my roommates see different movies all the time. Like the same movie, but we see it as different because Steph's here.
Hey, Steph.
Hello.
But he's more like he more looks at the visuals and everything of the movies.
She didn't notice.
No.
He'll like the visual stuff's better, and I like the storytelling more. So like, he's a little more lenient on if the story's bad than I am. So like, I'll be like, dude, that movie sucked, and he's like, dude, that movie was awesome. Did you see what they did here with this, and this? I'm like, no, I was just watching the movie. Like, I was paying attention to the story.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
That's why some people are able to enjoy like Chris Pratt's Amazon movie, right? What was it? I don't even remember. Tomorrow War.
Tomorrow War.
And, like,
I didn't like it. I thought it was a stupid idea. But
I think the movie itself is kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, but I got a lot more enjoyment out of watching it than I would a better made film that was just constantly shoving shit I didn't care about down my throat. You know, so
just a
like
bad action movie. That's all it was.
Yeah, and like I kind of wish we had more just bad action movies that weren't just telling you you're a fucking racist the whole time.
And that's like I said earlier. You know, I grew up in the mid to late 80s, early 90s. Every movie, even B movies, were great. Tim Thomerson and Bruce Campbell are superstars because they were in B movies.
Michael Ironside.
But they were better movies than the mainstream movies we're getting now.
Yep,
I agree.
I mean, Terminator was a B movie. Highlander was a B movie. All these things that we love, a lot of them were
Alien
considered.
Since they want a female action hero.
The Goonies was a B level movie, but it was a flop. But it became a cult classic. Unlike today.
Yeah, and let's go back to what Ryan was saying about George Lucas. Here's the thing about Star Wars, guys. It was unique. And when you look at the etymology of the word unique, it means it's the only one, right? Who else owned, from beginning to end, the filmmaking process and the property other than George Lucas? And he didn't give a fuck. I'm not going to put opening credits and all that stuff. No one else was like that. So when he sold it, the only instance of someone completely owning their franchise and being able to do whatever the fuck they want, provided they can find a distributor, was gone when he did that. It's gone, and it's never going to come back. And I wish he thought that through more before he pulled the trigger on that sale.
It was in the 90s. It was unique in its licensing as well, because it was the only thing around that was doing the soul. Like, everything was one combined continuity.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, and for it to go that long, right, from 77 all the way until 2012, that's insane. And that's why, like, the EU and what it was so impressive, because it wasn't perfect, of course, and obviously there were continuity errors, but they were smoothed out in a big way when they were encountered, especially once the plan for the prequels was realized. And from that point on, it was very tight. And they just did away with it. We've seen Disney has more continuity errors just in what they've published since they took over than we had in the entirety of the rest of the EU.
I mean, they have to
decades before.
Release books after a movie to explain the movie. That's how bad they are.
Yeah,
they have to release books and comic books.
Yeah. You gotta buy this. You gotta buy this. You gotta buy this to understand anything. You still have questions beyond questions. Questions for this question. Question for that question.
That was the thing.
And they fundamentally break rules because they don't put the time in to understand the universe. Like, jumping to hyperspace from an atmosphere and a couple of different productions that ruins the entire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the very beginning of the Phantom Menace. Why didn't they just, jump from the atmosphere? You look at the Empire Strikes Back. It ruins those movies. They don't care.
Wait until
they
the Kenobi
made
series
an
comes
inanimate rock a character. Okay.
Yeah,
they made an inanimate rock
Hey, man,
a character.
is the greatest character Star Wars has ever made, and I will stand by that.
Well, he's the only one that's rock hard.
Exactly.
And he's rock hard for, what is it, Leon Gayass or whatever his name is?
I don't know what the hell his name is.
Leox Giassi.
Oh, God.
That is the most stupidest. What the
Shows you
hell?
how much I care about Star Wars.
Sounds like a baby named him.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
dude! I remember when Episode 3 was coming out. I'm only 23. I'm probably one of the youngest ones in your community, and I remember seeing those posters for the Who's Your Daddy February Valentine's Day posters. Even
I remember those.
It was everywhere, man. And then,
Well, all I know is I need an apology from Claudia Gray. All right, that's all I want for producing that crap and then blaming her husband for it.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the lady that they were doing a film with her or whatever, and they spelled her name wrong or whatever, or they had her on a panel and they spelled her name wrong.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Fucking fantastic.
To be
She's
fair,
like a kindergarten teacher as like a Star Wars author is what she is.
She may have spelled her own name wrong. For
Probably.
all we know, if it was like
Or
a
she
Zoom
did-
or a
or she
StreamYard thing.
Or she did it for
the level of her
did it for publicity.
The level of her creativity is a ship named Vessel with a navigator named Geode, who is an inanimate rock. I mean, this is insane. There are people out there, independent creators writing books that are 1,000 times better. They have people created EU books they still aren't paying, but they're going to pay for this garbage.
Yep.
May the force
Now,
be with you.
here's the thing, though. I do blame Kathleen Kennedy for the shit that she's doing over at Lucasfilm, but I also blame freaking Disney for letting Lucasfilm doing this shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this is all on Disney. This is all on Disney, and those two idiots that go by the name of Bob. If they would put a little bit, if they would put a little bit more responsibility into what Lucasfilm and Marvel and all them are doing, the movies might be a little bit better than what we have now. None of this shit would happen. But no, we almost forget Kathleen Kennedy got somebody balls in a jar.
Disney. It's all owned by Disney. Marvel's going to shit because of Disney. Star Wars went to shit a long time ago because of Disney. Everything they're touching turns to shit. And China, they're great and powerful, whatever.
Leaders
won't even show their movies anymore.
Nope.
Awesome.
Yep. You know, my thought.
Glory be upon our leader, Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. Winnie
Pick
the
pick any random fan. Any random Star Wars fan would do a better job of running Lucasfilm than Kathleen.
I've actually read some fan fiction Star Wars stories about this new sequel trilogy. Some of that shit is better than what Star Wars is doing now.
Slash fiction.
If Star Wars had Plank here,
Oh my God.
it would make more sense than freaking a rock. All right, I can have Plank on there, and it would make
just
more
Plank.
sense. Damn it!
I didn't know we had Brie Larson on the stream.
Oh, did you see those pictures? That girl needs a sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That girl needs a sandwich.
She needs a sandwich.
Like she
and
stopped
her
eating
forehead.
all of 2021.
No, she needs to get replaced by Katie Sackhoff. That's what she needs.
Yeah, somebody needs to retweet that picture and says, "Hey, can you get me a sandwich and get yourself a couple?"
All right, she definitely needs some meat, that's for sure.
Ian,
I don't know what
She needs her jaw straight about half an inch.
Ian So Forth for £10. Thank you, Ian. Says,
Nice.
Make fun of him all you want, but Seth has made quality films such as
I like that.
it's basically it.
Yup.
Now,
Yeah, that's
he,
true.
He's been in a couple good things, and I see we've got another guest joining here. Real quick, Seth's been in a couple good things. Like I like 40-Year-Old Virgin. I actually like This Is the End, which he may have had more to do with the creation of that one than almost anything else. But yeah, like I never would go to a movie for Seth Rogen. No. You know what I mean? Ever. And
I remember when he did that movie Green Hornet. I saw that. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow!
That's okay.
That's adorable.
I have completely lost my train of thought. I completely forgot what I was going to say. Thanks, Culture.
That's amazing.
Look how happy I am.
That's
look
that was in Vegas, guys.
You look so calm and relaxed.
Biggles, that should be your background.
All right.
I was working on relaxing so that Ords could, I didn't want to hurt. But we do have Culture Casino here. What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Mike is muted.
Is he muted?
Oh, I self-muted. No, typical self something anyway. Usually abuse, but more than that, I noticed you guys were live and Steph was here, and Steph still owes me a hangout, so I'm gonna stay on top of that. But no, I was hoping that you guys were talking about Seth Rogen because he's a piece of shit. Fucking hate this guy. And here's the thing. I mean, he's only ever been in one thing that I've enjoyed, and it's Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Everything else this dude has ever done was only good because of other people.
That's true.
Yeah. I would say that about the Hangover movies.
Yeah,
he said the same thing about Green Hornet when he had John Cho, and I think John Cho was the only thing that was good in that movie.
Seth Rogen was in the Hangover movies?
Or no, not Hangover. I'm getting him mixed up with someone else. My bad.
Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express. That's
Pineapple Express, and he was in some other stuff. But again, he is essentially the Rock of like Hollywood. The Rock does not drive the box office. The Drop helps with the box office, but he doesn't drive the box office. His solo projects are soft.
Thank you, Culture.
George Clooney's most memorable roles are as part of ensembles.
George Clooney is the greatest Batman of all time.
Damn it, Biggles, I was going to say that. What the fuck?
Wait. Did you see Briggs just go through his window?
Biggles. They had to edit the cowl for George Clooney's Batman costume because he's a head tilt actor. The dude looks like a bobblehead when he acts. If you ever watch,
that's actually true.
No.
I remember when he was on ER and he did a lot of head turning. I was like, what?
Dude, that's what happens when your first memorable role is the facts of life. Okay.
You have to remember he was also he was a soap guy, wasn't he? He was in soap operas.
He did. I know he was in the Facts of Life. He also did. He was in Roseanne, and then all that.
ER was kind of his break, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Facts of Life was his big break.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had the hair.
Yeah, I just look. It's one of those things. It's like I'm not going to eat your lunch for being silly, other than the fact that you have to actually not break with reality. Mm-hmm. And he strongly broke with reality when he was talking about people's cars getting broken into. He strongly broke with reality when he's essentially adopting the messaging of socialism. And I'm really tired of actors pushing the communist lifestyle and socialist lifestyle, or just essentially anything that's authoritarian. That's the thing. Oh, we lost someone. It's probably my fault. But
who was that?
Well, it's because Culture, they think they're going to be part of the ruling class. But whenever the new system is instituted, they're the first ones lined up and shot in the back.
But they don't know that. See, they haven't learned from history. It's happened 4 times in history. It's like, look, you guys realize that you're going to be running in the killing fields like everybody else. You don't even know it.
Have these people ever been to a socialist country?
Yeah.
No.
I have.
They'll get into their socialist and communist utopia, and they'll just be greeted with the filthy Frank meme. Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker.
And then they'll be like, "This isn't what we wanted. This isn't what we wanted." Like, yes, it was. So you have to live with your.
This is what you fought for. Enjoy your utopia.
Yeah, but it's not. It's just anyway. It doesn't matter. But like I said, Seth Rogen's piece of shit. He revealed himself to be a piece of shit, and he really, again, none of these celebrities deserve a second thought because they don't live in your reality. They don't live in my reality. They live outside of reality. You know why? They live in a gated community. They probably have a security gate. And by the way, it's not hard to get into a community that's gated with security guard, but and they have private security at events. So they don't care. Do you think if they feel like they're being threatened and their security presence actually ends up, deleting somebody, that they're going to care? Or are they gonna be thankful that somebody was there to defend them? Of course, but. No. Yeah, again, Seth Rogen's a piece of shit, and he doesn't understand the world around him. And again, I mean, he's as bad as, and I think Ryan said this brilliantly less than 2 days ago, there's a lot of these actors. Mark Ruffalo is a giant piece of shit.
I cannot stand that man. Oh my god! When he got cast as the Hulk, I almost stopped watching Marvel movies right there.
But here's the thing. If you actors have always been pieces of shit separated from reality.
Right.
We didn't know it. Yeah. Okay. Because in front of them in the old days, there used to be a PR person, a spokesperson, someone who allowed you to hear what the studio wanted you to hear. The fluffer conversations that you would hear on the late night TV talk show circuit was, hey, do you have a clip? Hey, how's things going? Hey, I heard about your cat. That was the freaking wonderfully hardball questions that they got served up, that they never had to reveal A, they're mental midgets, and B, their foundation is essentially of one of privilege. If anybody in the world calls you privileged, they are from a position of more privileged circumstance, and that's just all you have to realize. So anyway, I didn't come in here to do that. So
what were you going to say? Heath Nation, what were you going to say?
I kind of want to piggyback on Culture's point, because I've always been telling people, I've been telling my friends this. There is a huge difference between being a celebrity and being a revolutionary.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference that separates celebrities like Seth Rogen, Mark Ruffalo, or that Pedro Pascal piece of shit from your revolutionaries like, let's say, Gina Carano, or even Charles Barkley for that matter. It's just, being a revolutionary means you have autonomy over yourself. When you're a celebrity, like, you think you have autonomy over everybody. And that right there is the big issue with Hollywood. These people think that they have all the money and all the wealth, that they can have autonomy and control over everybody, where as opposed to giving back, like people like Barkley or even Shaq or Gina Carano. So that's just something to bear in mind.
Yeah, Shaq went back to being a genie.
I inherently don't like when other people are trying to force me to do something, right? And that's what essentially everyone in Hollywood is about right now. It's because they think they know better than you. They think because they have this position that they should be giving you advice on your medical health, on how you should vote, all this shit, right?
That is their fucking business.
No, normal people do not like that. Normal people, even if they might agree with you, don't like to be told by someone like that what to do with their life.
Well, we are just
that's pretty much alienating your fan base right there. You start telling them, but even though most of them are dumb enough to listen to them.
There's a segment of the population that wants to listen.
Yeah, there is.
Like, there's a segment of the population that wants to be told what to do by these people because they think that because they adore them or like whatever, they don't have any confidence in themselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, be a revolutionary and not a celebrity. Because when you're a celebrity, you're just pandering. You want people to follow you, as opposed to being a revolutionary where people just follow you. You have that cult of personality. I hate using that term, but
drunk 3PO.
Yeah, drunk 3PO, or someone in the chat just pointed out, Joe Rogan is the best example of that.
It's true. What? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
You never do.
I
can't focus on things, guys.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not because they're telling anyone what to do. They're literally saying that everyone should be able to do whatever they want. That's what the common thread is, with the exception of maybe Barkley and some of the things he's said in the past about dumb shit. But
And
like,
San Antonio women.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but that's different though. It's like he's telling a running gag. Like that's something completely.
Well, I'll just be real about Barkley. He came out a few weeks ago and was basically saying, if you don't get the jab, you're fucking evil. So that's where I would depart from him. But if you're talking about traditionally throughout his career, how he's kind of been, just very genuine and like his own opinions. I do think that's his own opinion, the real one. But that's where I'd say he separates from those other people just a tiny bit. But
and that's
we gotta.
Fine.
Story man, you're muted, buddy.
Yeah, you're muted, but no,
it's on the. Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so Joe Rogan's just being himself, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
These people are not revolutionaries. They're just being themselves and they're being honest. That's all celebrities got to do is be themselves and be honest. But like I don't know how long ago. I think it was after the second Spider-Man movie. I watched like Oprah or one of those talk shows that had what's her name in it.
Kirsten Dunst.
Kristen Dunst. She has no personality on her own. None.
No.
She's not fed lines. She doesn't know how to be a person. It's crazy.
That's what I'm trying to say, Jeff.
But that's not that uncommon. I mean, there's a reason that Gary, Brian's dad, says that these are adult pretenders.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. You get paid for a living to adopt something else as your reality for a period of time, and some actors go to the extreme. They method that and do a great job of it. But at the end of the day, they return to the exact same Play-Doh form that they were before, which again can be, very bland. I mean, most of these people you meet in person, they can be socially awkward. When you run into these celebrities, they don't, like right now, you and we all here are having a mostly face-to-face conversation. Some of us have avatars, some of us don't. Doesn't matter. But we're able to interact with each other in person. I've met Ryan in person. I've met Steph in person. I've met Biggles in person. I've met Subhuman in person. I've met many of you, even those of you out in the chat, in real life. You know what the difference is between here for us and being together out in public? Nothing.
I make fun of Jeremy less.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, there's less shit we can say on here.
I only have my avatar on. I only have my avatar on because it's dark outside and I don't have really good lighting in my truck.
I know, bro. I know. But that's
just ugly as shit.
That's my point. When I meet Tim, I fully expect Tim to tower over me by 17 feet and to be Tim. It's like I that's what I expect out of people, right? That's what authenticity is about. When I meet Jack in person, which I will, it's going to be the same dude that I've been hanging out with. Steph is exactly the super amazing, lovely, and funny person that you meet in real life. She's her. Tugs is her. These people, Drunk is him. Jeremy is a nicer version of him. Brian is less of the caricature cartoon that he can be, but he is him. And that's the thing I value, is that authenticity. Celebrities don't have that. There is no authentic. There are very few. I need to rewind. There are very few. Ryan brought one up today. A lot of people have been interacting with him. The Marston guy. There are a few of them, right? As Nick Cersei, people that Gina's interacting with right now, and people that are you have genuine humans. There are not a lot of them. I mean, I used to think what was the jackass that was with Favreau in Swingers?
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. Yeah, I used to think he was a knucklehead, but if in real life, that guy actually is a genuine human being. And it's not because he ideologically agrees with me, because believe it or not, there are celebrities that I don't agree with that are genuine humans when you meet them. There's just not a lot of them. So that's the thing. Do not expect from anybody, what you see on screen, because it's not what they represent. And it's usually fairly bland, as Tim said. I agree with him 100%.
Never meet your heroes, kids.
Well, I mean, I despise Sean Penn as a human being, but he's a good actor.
Oh yeah,
there is that.
Yeah.
That dude is.
Yeah,
a piece
it's
of
called.
shit.
Yeah, it's basically separating the art from the artist.
Yeah.
Well, but I can't.
I don't give a shit about your punches, and keep it out of the entertainment or whatever it is that you do. I don't want to hear it. I want to hear something else.
Yeah, but that's the problem, though, is that they think they have a position of authority because everybody has been granted, quote unquote, a platform, right? My channel is not. My channel is not a platform for me. It's a platform for everything else, right? My personality, my authenticity, it should be conveyed in my channel, right? And you are perfectly welcome to not agree with me, and you know what? You're just as welcome as everybody that might. Right.
And that's the same way that comes through my stories. My personality is in those stories. It shifts because the stories are all different, but you can tell my beliefs by listening to my stories.
Well, maybe so, but again, I mean, I can tell you a pretty compelling story about someone I'm absolutely the polar opposite of. It's just, because that's the other thing that you have to do. If you want to have a rational conversation with someone or a debate or anything, you have to understand their perspective. I know we've all heard that 1,000 times, but it's legitimately true. And if you want to be successful in changing their mind, you have to understand their argument so well that you can come in on it, agree with them, and circumvent all of the circuit breakers that they have built up as a defense shield, and remove them because you start to remove their understanding of those points by bringing facts along their same points of view and reducing them. And it's really hard. That's a hard challenge to do. It really is. And if you miss, like the MP in the UK, who they only took a tiny little clip of that was covered on Friday Night Tights, right? They took this tiny little clip of the MP talking about how the reduction of male role models is a problem. Maybe in greater context, that speech had a lot more weight, but because you can be the little sound bites, and Brian knows this and Jeremy knows this, many of us know this now, a soundbite of what you say can be the reduction of a much broader point with greater context. And that's what happened to him. But you have, like I said, the success of that argument has to be by getting around those circuit breakers and pulling all of those levers back down. That's how you change minds. You have to get around that, by agreeing with them. Oh, well, yes, I agree. We do have racism in society, but is every individual person that doesn't agree with you a racist? And you have to continually get behind those circuit breakers. And the minute you start to get a bunch of yeses, it's a sales job. It's a salesmanship. It's what they teach you in sales class. You have to get the yes. You remove all of the objections. And when there's an absence of objection, there's agreement. That makes sense. I don't know.
Like what I had to do with my mother, she was screaming that Rittenhouse should have been convicted, blah, 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 blah. So I went to Nick Ricada's channel and I grabbed just clips from his channel and took it over on Thanksgiving and said, look, I'm not even going to argue with you. I want you to watch this. She sat there and watched every clip and she looked at me and she goes, how can they possibly say what they're saying then? Because all she watched was MSNBC and CNN.
Well, yeah. Well, Rachel Maddow is still guilty of leaving up a massively misinformative tweet that has 100,000 plus likes on it, in place of the actual truth. And that, to be honest with you, that's the kind of thing that someone should be held accountable for.
Oh,
right?
There's no accountability for these people. All their friends are the ones that would be the ones to hold them accountable.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But I don't know. I mean, Ryan, do you see a solution? You're a pretty bright guy.
Do I see a solution to which portion? The media lies?
Yeah.
I mean, the only solution is right now, this is the way I've talked about it. Everything that we have going on, whether it's in media and entertainment, it's all intertwined, it's all connected. And a lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are trying to phrase that as the pendulum is swinging back. And I wouldn't say that's the case. I actually think that I think I described it as like a boat, right? If you remember the fucking boat from that like second or third Pirates of the Caribbean movie where they're trying to rock it back and forth to flip it over.
Right.
It's like Yeah, it's like the boat is like tipped all the way fucking over right now. And yeah, you know what? People are waking up, and there might even be a majority of the people on this side, but because it's so far over and the power's still being hung on too tightly, you're going to need the vast majority of people to move over to one side for it to come back to normalcy. And that's where we're at right now. People are waking up, but it's not like 80, 90%. It's like a 50, 60% split right now. And we're going to need more to get it out of the hands of these fucking lunatics.
Let me put it in terms.
It's a slow process.
Right, sure, but let me ask you, how many boosters is that, Ryan?
Oh shit! I don't give a fuck about boosters, about the Omicron or whatever the fuck variant it is. They skipped over the Z variant. Strange that you skipped over the one named after the fucking Chinese dictator. That's a shock to everybody.
That's a very shock.
They wanted to name it after Nibbler, so they.
But they don't have any problem saying African strain.
Yeah,
that's because they're racist.
Well, it's like I said a few months back, whenever you see all these Greek letters on someone's windshield, it's not what sorority or fraternity in it, it's which variants they've survived over the last 2 years.
Oh my God.
That's what that's going to come to represent.
Look,
you laugh, but that's going to be a thing.
No.
It might be.
It might be. I don't know. I mean, look, there's so many pieces of misinformation that they're getting caught in that people are like, I understand that. I get that. Yeah, I'm paying attention to that and all of that. I think you're right, Ryan, that people are waking up. They're just not doing it fast enough. And, you know, I mean, this is another holiday. I was separated from family, or certain family members, I should say, because they are so ideologically hell-bent on things that, you know, the wrong word turns out to be a fight. Like it doesn't even, it can be completely innocuous, have nothing to do with the political climate we live in today, but they find offense in everything, you know, and or they take it upon themselves to teach a lesson because they think they know better than you, you know, and they are miserably underinformed about whatever it is they're talking about.
Well, that's like,
but the information is presented to them as if it's expert opinion, so they have received the expert opinion. I saw a comment in the chat earlier that said there's no political solution, and it was absolutely right. It's completely cultural.
Yeah.
It's got to be cultural.
And that's why we're here. It's why Ryan is so successful right now. You know, it's why you know, Tim's growing his channel. It's why Biggles is, you know, growing, you know, what he does. It's why Steph is doing great stuff. It's why Storyman Jack is you know, building out his stories. He's getting ready for a cultural revolution of his own, telling everybody stories that we can all find entertainment in that aren't tied to this stuff. Right? It's I don't know. I mean, the solution is a cultural one. It's where we change the culture back. We get it back.
We can't let them be in charge of
we cannot.
We have to fix it.
It's that whole thing we're talking about. It's us versus them.
It's a cultural thing because I like what Ubuntu. I think I'm trying to fucking say that. Ubuntu. Ubuntu. God damn it.
Yeah,
I like
it's
what Ubuntu
it's
said.
a Linux thing, dude.
I know. I like what Ubuntu said about the people that have, like, they've gone out and they watched MSNBC, they watched CNN, they watched the news. Like, isn't that what I'm supposed to do to stay informed? Aren't I supposed to turn on the news?
Not
and
anymore.
for a lot of people, I agree. For a lot of people, they don't understand that, right? They don't understand that you can't trust these things because it's built into our culture. And the more and more people that reject mainstream media, whether it's CNN, whether it's MSNBC, whether it's Fox, right? And are searching out other shit. That is how you're changing culture, the rise of alternative media and everything like that. And for people, like whether it's YouTube channels, personal blogs, blowing up, like whatever it may be, that's changing culture.
Well, it's like my true culture shock that really like made me realize what was going on was when I had one of my buddies who, because my dad's been in the military my whole life, moved around quite a bit, met a lot of people. One of my buddies who's a Chinese expat, he was like, why do so many Americans watch the news? Don't they realize it's propaganda? I'm like, no, they don't.
Yeah.
Well, that's like I was saying. I had to convince my mother that the news was lying because she'd grown up. I mean, she was from Walter Cronkite years, where everybody
the greatest generation, right?
Yeah. So she's like, I don't understand how they can blatantly tell me something that did not happen.
But he also lied his ass off. Nobody knew it. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And that's the way it was.
Hey man, Talladega Nights had a pretty good quote on that one. Greatest generation, my ass. Tom Brokaw was a punk.
Well, good evening. I'm Tom Brokaw.
What the Raging Rhino always says.
But see now we're being exposed to the fact that a lot of these news personalities have been corrupted because you're seeing pictures of them with the man that did not self-delete, right? You're seeing stuff like that, like Chris Wallace hanging out with, the man that did self-delete and the former president, at the island of ill repute. Yeah. And so, these things they get out into the world. It's one of the reasons why I think memes are more successful.
Yes.
To make people aware. The thing that's the most truthful, and it's because we've, the left can't meme. They try.
Oh no.
Occasionally they hit one. But it's not about left or right. It's about anti-authoritarian at this point, and Western culture. We just have to realize it's beyond political divides. It is 100% culture at this point. It has to be.
There's a thing about that. It's not the left can't meme because Tim Pool's pretty good at memes, but it's the elitists. The elite cannot meme.
No, yeah, but it's the NPCs that don't have a single original thought ever enter their brain.
Yeah, that's also true. But no, Patty, I would disagree again. I'm going to say it this way.
Speaking of memes, so and so didn't self-delete. If you've ever watched Solar Opposites, they now have a Christmas special where they go into Jingle All the Way, and they have one of the aliens has a sign that says "So and so didn't self-delete."
Wow.
It's fucking hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
That's pretty great, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I agree with it's these types of people that can't really think for themselves.
Yeah, they need somebody else to do the thinking for them.
Which is why a year after people start calling people snowflake, then they start saying the word snowflake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the mentality because they
downloaded new update, guys.
Exactly. And next thing you know, they're going to be trying to use Let's Go Brandon as some sort of dig on us somehow.
They've tried
already.
Yeah, they tried.
Joe Biden tried to reverse the meme. Tried to be like, hey, this is Brandon.
That's trying to neuter it. That's not trying to reverse it like with Snowflake, right? That's trying to stop it and be like, you guys can't say that anymore.
They tried to create characters named Snowflake and Safe Space, for goodness sake.
It didn't work.
Or be negative, a Trailblazer, and
it's better than Takashi. No, and we're coming up on Christmas again. No.
I love that so much, Sub, when we were talking about that. Think about it. I mean, myself and a couple of other people unearthed that, Millionaire Matchmaker episode with Kibblesmith, started throwing that stuff out there to the world. And it's like, these are your heroes. This Kibbles and Bits guy that accidentally became a millionaire because he wrote some moderately funny things for fucking Groupon. I mean, come on, and it was like, okay, this is the dude that you're letting do Marvel, right? And guys, he's still doing Marvel stuff as is Dana Schwartz.
He's supposed to be doing Blade.
There was a series of absolute craptasticness writers that were being brought in to do Marvel stuff. Dana Schwartz, you're going to get to see She-Hulk, guys. She's in that writer's room. She's one of the primaries.
Well, I heard that her boyfriend Az may have a say in that.
That was one of the best early memes I did. It was her looking at a picture of Az on her bookshelf.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't even know what
that's a classic.
Bro,
that chick looks so different without makeup versus with.
No, she might be on her third nose job or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
don't know,
they haven't
but
done a good enough
Halloween
job. That's
well,
clear.
Halloween has passed, so she can't put her makeup back on.
Ooh. But yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. We got a couple super chats that came in, guys, all of a sudden. Thank you guys so much. We have $5 from WZRBS. James O'Keefe stood up to the New York Times and got raided by the FBI. Then they leaked everything to the New York Times. Yeah, and that's absolutely fucking insane.
Weird. It's almost like there's a revolving door.
Yeah, between the media and certain
and the
portions
courts
of the
did
United States
absolutely
government.
nothing about it yet.
Nope.
Yeah.
And they won't.
All because he got past a motion to dismiss. Remember that. He hasn't even won yet.
Nope.
He got past a motion to dismiss.
All this whole raid, all is because he got a small book that he was trying to confirm was real. All because he found a journal that he was
turned
trying to
it
confirm
into
was
the
real.
authorities. He didn't publish it, he turned it into them.
He did. Yep, he did. You're right.
But he has all the information. They're trying to shut him up. They've been trying to shut him up for a long ass time, and now they're doing every way they can, whether it's with the government or with propaganda arm of the government.
Just like what they did to Trump. The Russian thing, people still believe that shit.
Yeah, but apparently they were able to secure it the next 4 years, and there's no more interference. And it was
right
the
because we had
ever.
we had the most
so
secure election
funny.
last year, folks. Remember that.
We just fortified it, no problem. Julian Borges for Canadian $2. Who's familiar with Operation Northwoods?
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know exactly what brought like
girl. Full screen that. Yeah. She looks like a rodent.
You need to resend that on Twitter.
Oh yeah, you need to resend that.
For a minute, I thought that was Anita Sarkeesian.
Thank you for the wonderful screen.
Their
cap,
ideology is not much different. But yeah, I don't know what brought up that is a good meme. You needed memories and then just tweet that out. I don't know exactly what brought up the Operation Northwoods thing, but yeah, that was a suggestion by the CIA to basically conduct false flag operations on American citizens to try to start a war with Cuba, to give them an excuse to go to war with Cuba. JFK reportedly turned it down, and that's one of the reasons everybody wanted him out.
Out.
So
that's an interesting way to say that.
My understanding is that it was more about Bobby going after the mob, but
that's what I heard too.
Well, wasn't it? Remind me the guy's name that took Lee Harvey Oswald. Wasn't he killed by a mob guy on his way to the?
A guy who
Jack
was
Ruby.
He allegedly.
Jack Ruby. That was his name. Yeah.
Jack Ruby. Yeah, Jack Ruby.
Yeah, who was best friends, was really good friends with my grandfather. So when my grandfather, till the day he died, screamed that it was all about Bobby, it had nothing to do with JFK.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wrong place, wrong time.
As far as Operation Northwoods go, that I'm 99% sure that you're talking about American government agents suggesting that they conduct false flags on our own citizens to give us motivation to go into Cuba back in the 60s.
And there were other operations that did the same thing that did get things.
Wasn't the whole
really
Tonkin thing the same thing? Except it was with Vietnam? Some shit.
Yeah, Gulf of Tonkin was the same thing.
Yeah,
it was okay. I was just making sure. I got Alex Jones. In my head.
It always seems to me like we're the ones that always like to start the wars, and half the time we don't even finish them.
There's a lot of reasons to go to war. Tatsunami for CHF2. Thank you very much, Tatsunami. Input latency for 5. Gotta love them skipping over Z because they don't want Winnie the Flu associated with Zinni the Flu.
I saw that one when it come through, and I couldn't help but chuckle.
Hail and God bless, friends. Thank you, Input latency. Appreciate that. Thank you. That's a good one. Action Com for 5. What do you think of Michael Moore? He ushered in the Hollywood needs to take a stand movement. I always hated Michael Moore. Now he doesn't seem quite as crazy as a lot of some other people. But yeah, he was he's been crazy for a long ass time. And when he's like the only person doing it, I don't think it's that big of a problem because it's just somebody putting their opinion or putting their propaganda piece or whatever out there. But the problem is now that's all Hollywood is.
Yeah, well, and he only doesn't seem as crazy anymore because everybody else out crazied him.
Exactly. Yeah, the Overton window shifted. Now he's just slightly loony. Notable 0 for $5. Joe Biden does not exist. Change my mind. I don't think his soul exists on this earth anymore. I think he's just a walking, talking vegetable.
Can you tell us who the president is? You can't because he doesn't exist.
Brightest Day for $2. They tried to reverse TDS into BDS. Yeah, because they have no creativity, none whatsoever. Brightest Day. All right, I literally just said that. Will Meldman for Mexican 50. Cheers, ladies and gents. Does anyone know what to expect from Comic-Con today and tomorrow in terms of film reveals? I have no idea, and I don't even think they're doing that at Comic-Con anymore.
They never have.
DC has DC Fandom now that they're kind of doing. And what the hell?
Oh, God. What the?
Who's dancing?
Yeah. Is that Nico?
Make that booty, girl.
Oh, that's Dana Schwartz.
That's Dana Schwartz.
Yeah.
She's getting that TikTok in.
Work them hips, girl.
The quarantine has gone to her head.
She dances worse than I do.
Dude, the temerity of
really?
the people, of these people that think we want to see this garbage.
Can I just say
what are we supposed to get out of that?
I thought she dancing to Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?
That was actually to the song Savage. I didn't want to get Ryan in trouble, so he didn't get to hear it.
Yeah.
I just noticed it, Culture. I'm like, what is wrong with this woman? There are many other songs you could dance to, but you choose that thought?
Biggles.
There it is. Az was really excited about that. I can see that on Biggles' window there. Yeah.
So wild Az joined the stream.
Oh.
It's much bigger than you think there, Az.
I violated Az on those pictures when we were in Vegas. That's for sure.
Oh, it was.
Well, I tell you what.
Dude, I wish I could have made it to that.
Oh, it was incredible. Yeah.
It was awesome.
It looked like a fucking riot.
Yeah,
it was.
And somehow I did not make it into the FNT video. I don't know how. I was everywhere, and I did not make it into that.
I think the filming for that started way later than it was supposed to. People were like, oh fuck, I think we should have been taking video all this time, and it didn't quite happen.
We can't see it, Biggles. There you go. All right.
We'll have to like post it right here on my wall, so Az is always with me.
Yeah.
He just screams obscenities from any ghost that tries to haunt him at night.
That's your dream catcher.
Yeah, that's your dream catcher.
Looks good.
Looks great. Perfect mounting place.
But yeah, to finalize this super chat, I have no idea what's going on at Comic-Con. No fucking clue.
I didn't know conventions were still happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I forgot Comic-Con was still a thing.
Chris Gore there. Wait,
I'm getting to where I only care about comics, comic books anyway.
Yeah. Chris Gore was doing a couple panels there, so yeah.
Yeah, his room was full too. If you guys see the pictures, it was impressive. The whole Film Threat crew was there. It was very good. And if you guys get a chance to see Film Courage, his interviews, his documentary on Film Courage, you guys want to check that out. It's multi-part. It's beautiful. Yeah,
they love his that he went and did that. They've been getting so much fucking content. Yeah. From his interviews that he did with them. It's great.
Yeah, he's done a great job. And I mean, look, he's one of us. It's like, why are you doing this exactly? You know, there are other people that we hang out with that are coming around. I feel like we're getting someplace. And that's the important part, is to get these other people's heads turned around on this stuff, because
slow and steady.
It is.
Well, like I said, all I could do, I can't do the commentary thing like you guys do, so I just write my stories. I've been writing since I was 4. That's what I'm good at, so I write stories.
There you go. Hell yeah. And you've been pumping out a lot of stuff lately, and it's been paying off. Your channel's been growing, man. It's awesome.
My noir stuff, I decided to take an urban fantasy I was writing and turn it into a noir, and it just took off. People love it. I mean, the one I posted this morning already has 110 views.
Nice.
And usually I get about 50. Yeah. So
that's great, dude.
And I've jumped from what was I at? I was at 403, and now I'm at 419 or 420. Yep. And that's just 3 stories.
Notable Zero for $5 said, "Your friendly neighborhood white guy left the chat. I feel so much safer now. Finally." I felt okay with him around. But thank you for the super chat, Notable Zero. Raging Rhino for Aussie $2.99. The narrative's fucked. Let's go, Brandon. God, I saw so much.
Brandon.
I got so much Let's Go. I saw so much Let's Go Brandon merch today when I stopped at the gun show in Orlando. Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Joe Biden has stimulated the economy because he's created a new opportunity for entrepreneurs. Let's go, Brandon.
Hey, how would
merch.
you like to be that reporter that created Let's Go Brandon? I bet she'll never live that shit down.
I hope she gets some money for it.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone remembers who it is by name, so she's probably just doing their own shit again. I don't know.
Was she some blonde girl? I think she was blonde girl, right?
Just another blonde news reporter.
Some random person on the fucking side of the road at a NASCAR event, whatever.
Yeah, at Talladega.
I'm pretty sure my ex-girlfriend now works for the local Fox News station because I saw her on TV, and it even had her name. Yep.
Well, you should be really sure then, not pretty sure.
Someone can have the same name as her. Okay.
Hey, she looks just like my ex-girlfriend. Hey, she has this. I wonder if it's her.
Hey, it was
looks like a
8th
chick I banged
grade,
in high
okay?
school.
Kind of like a certain virus.
She did in 8th grade. Okay.
Just like a certain virus was found.
That must be why she doesn't fit in Hollywood. She had to go into the media.
That's called irony.
She looks older than 13. Julian Borges for Canadian $2. China flu is another false flag, bigger than ever. I mean, I guess it depends by who. If you're talking about like world type of plans, then yeah, potentially. I think that I think that our government just took advantage of this situation that was created.
Not just your government.
Every government did.
Oh, yeah. Not just our government, but that's how I'm talking about it. The fact that they just banned travel from all these African nations is so fucking funny. With all these tweets from these idiots talking about how racist it is.
The glorious part about all of this. They're like, oh, we're banning travel from a lot of disease-ridden nations. Let's pick Africa.
Every single country you go to is disease-ridden.
Exactly.
But isn't it funny
that of California?
Isn't it funny that just days
California
after,
is a disease. What are you talking about?
Isn't it funny that just days after the reports of with only 6% jab rate in Africa, they have no problems with COVID. Scientists are puzzled. That was just like days before, and all of a sudden it's like, by the way, we've got this new variant. It's really tearing through Africa. It's terrible, guys. All this.
But it's less than 6%.
Well, I mean, Africans have been fighting off malaria and dengue fever for centuries, so it's a little coof.
These motherfuckers eat dirt because they don't got any fucking food. I think they can handle the flu.
You have to remember, these guys take ivermectin for river blindness. They're pre-cured.
Oh my God!
That's true. I mean, that's funny, but it's true.
It's true. I don't doubt that it's true. It's just surprising that the way he said it.
Rhino.
Yeah. Yourself, Rhino.
Julian Borges for Canadian $2. We are facing true evil. Don't just laugh at it. Well, I didn't just laugh. I'm also continuing to talk about it.
Oh, really, Culture? Damn.
I was really hoping the book would be upside down.
This is a real, this is a photo shoot that she did.
Yeah,
this wasn't like Photoshopped or anything.
Post on her Instagram.
Wait, that's not photoshopped.
No, that's real.
I deadass thought it was a photo.
All those geeky comic book guys in the industry told her how hot she was, so she decided to do a photo shoot.
Yeah, she did.
Nothing wrong with that, I guess.
She's pretty. She's just insane.
She's pretty insane.
I like the insane ones. I don't know if they're going to kill me in my sleep.
Don't stick your dick in crazy.
Too late.
There's a female on the channel. I will not.
I apologize
about that yet.
I don't think she cares. Do you care?
That's okay. Steph thinks I'm special, anyways. So
she hangs around me long enough. I think it'll be all right.
She thinks you're special.
Steph knows some crazy chicks.
With everything that Steph has been a part of, with being on Lethal Stream, she's used to it by now.
I will say the picture on the right is the best one. The one where you can't see your face.
Yeah,
you can't see your face, and it's just
you get to see everything.
Out. Yeah.
Little toxic masculinity for you there.
Yeah, all these feminists tend to keep posting pictures where they're half naked, isn't it crazy?
I know, yeah.
I think it's empowering, and that they should.
By the way,
I think they should keep going.
Did you
keep empowering women?
Did you see the Brie Larson self photo in her trophy room today? Oh my god!
Oh, we have Brie on the stream right now.
I'll pull it up. Hold on.
Dude, I thought Lethal was going to be baiting for 2 weeks straight after that photo. Unbelievable.
I actually replied to her straight up and said, "You need some food."
Yeah, dude, that is like, yeah.
Good.
There's a real problem with that body type right there. It is unhealthy.
What the hell does Lethal see in that?
Fucking rib cage,
me, mommy.
That Lethal.
Is that
her abs flatter than cardboard? What the fuck?
Is she from Africa? I'm just wondering.
We should ask Brie Larson since we have her on stream. What were you thinking posting that picture, Brie Larson?
I don't know.
You make fun of my
I'm making fun of Plank.
To be fair, I don't understand why she stands the way that she stands, with this weird ass fucking posture and her leg out.
She's very smart.
I don't quite get it. She's been
muscle
weird
definition, I think.
Hey, there's a nice picture. All right, there's
what's
a nice
her ass?
Of her.
She has no ass.
I like that one.
Straight out of ass.
She had more ass there than she had in Captain America.
What is going on here?
She wanted to see how many.
Hey, Culture, I don't think she was in Captain America.
I mean, Captain, oh my God, Captain Marvel. Sorry.
Captain Marvel, they had
I'm sorry. America's ass is Chris Evans.
Yeah, because he's an asshole.
See, now that is okay. That was the weirdest photo I think I'd seen to date because her arm looks like it's not her arm.
It looks like
it looks like it's
dislocated.
Odd. It's like it's Photoshop.
It's just a weird angle. She just
it's a weird angle.
Yeah. She sits weird and has weird posture. I don't know. Shouldn't take pictures well.
Well, she does need some food. That girl needs some carbs or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Get that bitch a chicken sandwich. No chicken.
She make me a sandwich.
She's probably in really fucking good cardiovascular shape. Honestly, she just doesn't have any muscle mass. Really.
Well,
she's working out.
Started working out after everybody made fun of her. So she's like, I'm going to start working out and stop eating food.
This is my favorite one.
Yeah, she has amazing abs. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, I think she's actually probably in really good actual physical cardiovascular health. It's just not necessarily the most appealing body type to a lot of people. And when you show it off that way, it's very strange.
Unless you're Lethal.
It really
Wait, where's the Photoshop pictures of Lethal in that? Those were the best ones.
You haven't made them yet, Piggles. You haven't made them yet.
No, that picture is fucking old. We had those on the full Aussie with within 5 minutes of that. Oh, she's God damn it, Culture. Wait, so what were we actually talking about? Now that we've got off.
What the fuck is this?
She's into produce.
Clearly.
Guess where that's going later.
In a nice soup.
Shit. Julian Borges for Canadian $2. Not talking about anyone personally, just in general. About laugh at it. I get what you're saying, Julian. Thank you for the super chat. Notable 0 for 5. Got to stick your dick in crazy every once in a while. Speaking of Lethal, can't wait for Lethal Weapon 5, and we're all too old for this shit. I actually am really excited about Lethal Weapon 5, to be honest with you.
Yeah, with Mel Gibson directing, like
Mel Gibson directing, it could be good.
That could.
I don't even know if it'll be good, but I know people will be upset about it, so that's good enough for me.
The only thing, but the only thing is, who's all going to be in it?
It'll be Danny Glover and Mel Gibson, I think. Like, I don't know what else will happen other than that, but
I think it'll stay the same tonally. I'm not worried about that. You know, I want Rene Russo back, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I want him
because
back.
also to the fact that I think in part 4 they had a kid, so
yeah, both of them.
Yeah, no. Glover had a grandkid.
Yeah,
and Riggs had a kid, so I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be maybe focused on them a little bit. Maybe like what Star Wars should have done is pass the torch.
No, fuck that shit. They need to pass the torch for Lethal Weapon. They just need to have an adventure by themselves. And if to be fair, like Danny Glover's family has always been kind of an important part of these stories. And then obviously, Mel Gibson's relationships have also been. So those always have been a part of it, but you don't need to fucking pass the torch to anybody. This is not a franchise that needs to be Lethal Weapon 6 with, this time they're 25-year-old. No. They just need to fucking have an awesome, they're really too old for this shit send off. I think it'd be great.
Well, I think the guy that played their captain, I think he's dead now.
Lethal Weapon,
Probably.
452.
They're not gonna be cops anymore. They have to fucking be retired at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
they maybe come out of retirement or some shit like that to help out if they need it. Because we technically we don't know what happened after 4. We won't know until we get 5.
Like, has anyone seen the show?
Hell no. Yeah. I heard that show sucked.
Well, that's why I made that comment to you the other day, Culture, is that I was getting attacked for my Wheel of Time take, and they said, well, it's just reimagined. I'm like, well, Hollywood's reimagination is retarded.
Facts.
I mean,
you're not wrong there.
They just keep changing shit they know is going to piss people off.
Yep, that's the point.
And so whenever they said Mel Gibson was directing, he's not going to take shit from them. He's just going to make his movie.
Yeah.
He's already taken all that shit from them.
This is what his first movie, first time directing Lethal Weapon?
Yes, because Donner has passed. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
And Mel Gibson specifically talked about things that he'd talked about with Donner before he passed away if they were to do a 5th one. So I think I think he'll do good.
I think he was in talks with Donner a long time ago to do a 5th one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I've been hearing rumors since back in like early 2000s when they was talking about making a part 5.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you watch. We'll get Lethal Weapon 5 before we get Indiana Jones 5.
You think Harrison Ford is going to drag his old ass back on set to do another indie?
I can tell you right now, the only reason why Kathy KK is probably still there is because she's going to stay long enough for Indiana Jones 5 to get out, and then she's going to leave.
Subhuman, the reason that she's still there is because there's not a civil war and there was never any fear of her actually getting fired.
Yeah, that too. Well, yeah, that
she's in charge. And they all just do what she says. I mean,
like shit. Whenever
hey, Bree, how you doing?
Look at that, Bree. Join the
my favorite YouTuber.
I love Nintendo.
Yeah, and Frank Marshall's her husband. Like, she ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, like when she's ready, she'll go and she'll turn the torch over to Michelle Rejuan or one of her other like actors.
Or Harvey Weinstein, former personal assistant.
Former personal assistant.
Action com for $10. Michael Moore ushered in the in-your-face Hollywood politicizing that annoys us now. If there were some lies, so what? Hollywood followed his lead over the edge. Would you say it started there? It's tough to tell when it started. And I will also say that he was making, for the most part, he was making documentaries from his fucking very skewed perspective, his point of view. He wasn't making up fictional stories.
Right.
I mean, he kind of was, but he wasn't like using a work of fiction to try to tell a political story. But you're not wrong that he was the most like active 20 years ago.
Didn't what's his name send a Native American up on stage to accept his reward and give this big speech about who was it? What was his name? I just had a brain fart. I have to look it up.
Highlander for £2. Throwing a coin in the well. Best wishes to all. Thank you, Highlander. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate that, man. Julian Borges for 2. CIA coin conspiracy theorists to stifle dissent.
That's true. Yeah, and that's the thing is like conspiracy theorists recently have a 100% record, including the Babylon Bee.
Oh, Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
You got Action Cam.
Yeah.
Or Action Com.
Action Com.
Julian Borges for another 2. See how Russiagators weren't the conspiracy nuts? Yeah, exactly. There's just an account that says what does it say? There's just an account that says Alex Jones receipts or something, that every time something happens that something that sounds crazy that Alex Jones says, they just quote tweet it with like a gif of Alex Jones or something.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. But guys, we have been going for 2 hours. It's been a good conversation, but we do need to end it. I'm gonna go through everybody here. I want you guys to subscribe and support or follow or whatever every single person on this panel. I know some of them don't necessarily do YouTube or whatever, but we're at least gonna let everybody say goodbye. We'll start down on the bottom and work all our way up. Story Man Jack, my friend, where can people find you?
And
you're
Your
muted.
mic's muted.
Muted again.
Yeah, well, I've got people coming in and out. So
That's good.
I write stories and put them on YouTube. YouTube.com/StorymanJack. Right now I'm doing writing tips. So just the tip every few days, and then a noir story I'm working on for November. So it seems to be pretty successful. I've jumped up by about 20 subs in the last week just because of those stories. So I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. So everybody, I know Steph's going to drop a link. Everybody go sub to Storyman Jack, please. Subhuman, what do you got going on?
I'm going to take the holidays off, so you won't be seeing anything YouTube until sometime next year. So I'm going to start doing more. I'm going to start doing more live streams and hopefully get some thoughts and videos out if I can, because I think I finally got a schedule where I can at least drop something.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. Make sure you guys
I just want to make sure, because like I said, I'm going to take pretty much the rest of the holiday, because it's a holiday, so I'm going to be busy as all get out. Most people say there's not enough truck drivers out there, but there's plenty of them. But I'm going to be busy, get my thoughts going, probably get a few things scripted out and get some videos going, and probably just have them like pre-scheduled to be released while I'm going down the road, and I have to worry about it. But just keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it.
For sure. There you go. Thank you, Subhuman. Culture with I don't even know what is that words? What is that?
No, that's Ethan Klein. You don't even got to think about it, dude.
It's Raging Rhino.
Yeah, it's Rhino.
It's Rhino.
Oh, it's Rhino.
Like
it does kind of look like Ethan Klein. But
don't insult the man. That's everybody else's job.
Because he's got the blue hair.
I always have a lot of fun popping in here. I don't get to hang out enough with all of you guys, and especially not Ryan and Steph. Steph, I'm going to say it again. You owe me a show, love. You owe me a show.
She's muted.
Okay. All right. Well, how about, whenever. Whatever.
How about right now on Talk Nerdy to Us? Right after this.
I have a place to go after this, unfortunately. But I just want to say, Brian, thanks.
Rhino's in the chat.
I know. Thanks for being who you are, man. We appreciate you. Keep it up. And we're all here for you whenever you need us. So thanks, man.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. And for the hat. I appreciate you wearing the hat.
I'm going to rock the hat, the shirt, the freaking sweatshirt. You know me.
The only thing that's missing right now is the hair.
Oh, it's coming back, kids. Look, I just wanted everybody to realize that's a cycle. So when I cut it, it's a donation, and that's what I do. That's what I do. So most people don't know the story of the hair, so I had to tell everybody the story of a hair in a video. So, but by the time Florida rolls around, it'll be plenty long, kids, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody down there soon. I'm headed to see Nerdrotic leave California in December. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for him. I can't wait for that video on Twitter where you see him flipping off California.
Oh, it's gonna be great. It'll be great. It'll be great.
He'll do it live. He'll do it live on a car video and say, "Here's the side of California. Here's me going flipping him off."
That's what Ryan did.
Yeah, I streamed it. I think. Yeah.
Dude, by the way, did you guys watch Steph drive home via live stream for the whole time?
Yes, I did, because I knew exactly where she was. She was on I-10.
I know. I was watching her the whole time. Like, oh, I've been that. I did that. I did that.
Been there. Stopped there.
Yeah. Lots of times. Many much.
All she had to do is I had to just look out. I was like, oh, I know where she is. She's in the middle of nowhere.
I hate the I-10.
I've been on I actually like the I-10 because it's flat and I get really good fuel mileage going down there.
I don't mind I-10 either. I haven't really had too many problems with it. But speaking of Steph, what do you have going on, and where do you want people to follow you?
Make sure you are muted.
Yeah, I unmuted myself. You can follow me on Twitch. I'll be going live from there later on tonight, and then I'll post a link to my stream that I'll be doing in about half an hour with Mara on my channel. So yeah, those two places.
Perfect. Thank you, Steph, for modding as well. I hear an echo. Am I hearing an echo through Steph?
I think so.
Might be. Check.
Checkity, check.
She's muted, so it's not her. Okay. Anyway, Ubuntu.
Yeah, I'm lame. I don't do anything. I usually just lurk everywhere. I thought it was cool that you did this, so I figured I'd hop in.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm really glad you did. It's fucking awesome, man. So thank you for being here. First time here, and it was a memorable one. So thank you.
Yeah, dude. I've enjoyed. I found shit. I was watching Gundam like a year or two ago, and I found like a Friday Night Tights video with all you guys on there with Gundam, and I was like, oh, sub, because all y'all are funny. I like you guys.
Hell yeah, dude. That's fucking awesome.
They're normal, unlike some of the others.
Right. That was pretty much my thought process. I'm like, oh, more normal people on the internet. Sweet.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, it's been an awesome first stream. I can't wait for more.
I can't either.
Heath Nation, where can people find you?
You guys can find me here on YouTube, Heath Nation 2465, of course. And I haven't been really doing much in the last 2 weeks. On December 12th, I have the 4th edition to my Fortnite Chronicles movie series coming out. As you all know, for those of you that play Fortnite, the end of the chapter is next Saturday. So if I do that, I will be able, more than likely, upload my movie the next Sunday. And tomorrow, I'm here in Cincinnati. Of course, the Bengals are playing the Steelers. I have some buddies downtown that have this thing called the Burrow Bus. I do want to go down there and make a video about it. And yeah, other than that, normally I would end this with a too sweet, but I'm just going to say this. Bearcats have one more game. They have to face Houston. After that, if they beat them, guess what? We're in the fucking college playoff. So let's get hashtag Bearcats by 90 going in the comments section.
Hashtag
there you go. Thank you, Heath Nation. We got to get your mic fixed for next time. We got to find out what that popping is.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, man.
It was doing it in the last October stream. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Get one of these things.
That's not it. It's something like digital. It's something digital. But it's all right. Thanks for being here, buddy. Patty.
I'm just another lurker just like Ubuntu. But it's great to come on and hang out and shoot the shit with you guys.
Absolutely, dude. Always fun hearing your takes on shit, man. So thank you for being here.
Anytime.
Biggles Metz, the man with the My Nerdy Home merch.
You can find me trolling My Nerdy Home on Twitch.
We all troll her, Biggles. What are you talking about?
Well, that's where you can find me. I'll be trolling Seth most of the time. On top of that, I have my own YouTube channel. We've been doing a lot of playthroughs on there, and now that I am in my new place, I can start editing more videos and getting more stuff out. You can see me sometimes in the intros of the full Aussie. I do some of the stuff to help Skirmitar. I got to talk to Culture because I think I'm going to start helping him do some edits. And you might see me help do some edits on Tim's stuff, but they just have to ask. And I'm also on Twitch all the time at twitch.tv/Biggles_Mets. All right, that's it. That's all I got.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Biggles. And then, of course, we've got open airlock policy, Tim. And I know you've got a video that I think we can share as well, your Obi-Wan video, right?
Yes, and thanks to Steph for constantly sharing the link to that throughout this stream. Yeah, I found some lost footage that I've had in my possession since like 2004, and I kind of tied it into the whole rematch of the century bullshit. So definitely check out that video and let me know what you think. It's also just really cool footage to see if you put yourself in the situation that I'm in. January of 2004, I haven't seen anything about Revenge of the Sith yet. So from that perspective, it's also cool. But Monday night, we're back with Indecent Behavior. We took a week off for family stuff, and we have 24/7 Fusion Media as a guest. If you've never checked out his channel,
he's great.
Yeah, he's great. Check out his stuff. I had him as a guest months ago, and we had a great conversation. So we're going to have him on. And then next Saturday night, I really want to plug this. We're going to have a 100% super chats and donations go to Drew T, the fandom journalist, Supreme Heretic. He goes by many names for his GoFundMe. We're going to talk some politics. I think Ryan here is going to swing by for a little bit. I'm trying to get some other names in there, but if you've ever heard me and Greg talk politics, it's a pretty fun experience. So definitely check that out. And then Friday night, Matt Wilkins and I on my channel are going to be talking about the Ewok movies.
Oh my God.
Matt's a big Ewok fan and he loves these movies. I'm not offended by them. I think they're okay. So we're going to talk about those. And yeah, I'm going to get
for that stream.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to a full head of steam on my videos and live streams. Took a little bit of a week or so off. So I'm back. I'm back, bitches. But thanks for doing this as always, Ryan.
Yeah, we love Ryan.
It's my pleasure. I really appreciate you guys coming on and hanging out with me for 2 hours and everybody in the chat. Go ahead.
Congrats on the real mic, dude.
Welcome. Oh my God, it's such a big difference. This mic is I got it as a early birthday present from my internet dad. So I finally got it all set up and everything, and it makes
you mean
the
Gary?
world of difference. I do.
Because you all know Jeremy's okay. Because we all know Jeremy's the mom.
Yeah, he's the internet mom.
But a big thank you to everybody for coming. Everybody in the chat. We had like over 350 people watching at one point, which is really good for this little stream on my second channel. If we can keep building this up, that's great things for obviously this channel and for all these guys as well, because that's what we want this stream to do. And I, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate all the support from you guys. I really do. It means a lot. And hope we can just keep making these streams bigger. Yep. So with that being said, we're all gonna bounce. Thank you, chat. We will talk to you next time. Peace. Oh shit, I forgot. Super chat. I got 2 more super chats. Julian Borges for Canadian $2. By the way, I never wanted censorship for Russiagate. Thank you, Julian Borges. And then Notable 0 for 5. Your friendly neighborhood white guy is back. Lock your doors. Thank you, Notable 0. I appreciate it. We will talk to you later. Peace.
Later, everybody.
Later.
Bye.
We'll play that intro for the outro.